Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Gilded Flask, where adventure is never far. We are happy to be here once again, of course. Session number 11?
10.
Memory serves? 10.
Yes.
Session 10. Oh, wow. We need to do something
big
special for
10.
that. All of our games are special, of course. My name is Barry, and I will be your Dungeon Master for tonight. And I am joined by three wonderful people. Please introduce yourselves.
Hello, I am Daniel. I am playing Corey Flinsiker, the Tabaxi Artificer Rogue.
Hi, my name is Morgan. I am going to be playing Briar Aurelia, the Tiefling Gunslinger, and I am so happy to be seeing you guys yet again. I am also joined here by...
I'm Jed. I play Petro, the Firbolg Paladin. Now a level 4 Paladin.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Woo!
Yes. As you can see, we script everything.
We're very good at it.
Yes. So we play Dungeons and Dragons every week on Friday. Well, almost every week on Friday. Live on Twitch. So if you're live with us, wonderful, because that is fun. You can interact with us like we usually do at the start of our stream. We answer a couple of questions like we're going to do in a bit. But if you can't join us live on Twitch, you can always find us on YouTube. You can find us on your favorite podcast channel. Look out for our shorts as well, because we've been cranking them out on YouTube. And between you and me, they're hilarious. So go ahead and have a look. They crack me up, so don't take my word for it. Go ahead and have a look. All right, so we got a lot of ground to cover, quite literally, because you guys have a couple of days of travel to get out and in of Drakkenheim, and you got a lot to talk about because you gained a level last time, and I am anxious to hear what you guys have picked. So I guess we should delve into the dungeons, shall we?
Yes.
Drakkenheim. Once the glittering jewel of Westamar, beacon of civilization, academic study, and religious pursuit. But one fateful day, death fell from the heavens, razing the once vibrant city to rubble. Then, sickness, pandemonium, and monstrous mutations that overtook the few who survived. And yet, beneath the decay and calamity, the remains of Drakkenheim revealed a new secret. Whispers of this discovery crept across the lands. Delirium. Survivors, crusaders, and fortune seekers from near and far battled for dominance, ruthlessly vying for power over the ruined city. In the midst of chaos, three heroes stand ready to survive, to rebuild, and perhaps to profit. And the key to their success may lie deep in the dungeons of Drakkenheim.
I keep enjoying that intro so much. For those of you that wonder, by the way, it is also just available as a video on our YouTube, so you can just watch it on repeat. Believe me, I have. It's just so nice. But yeah, we have a game to play, and we got a couple of things to go over before we can actually get into that game. Because what did you do last week? Well, you did a bit of underground traveling. When you started last week's session, you were in the secret tunnel that potentially would lead underneath the city walls into the heart of Drakkenheim. You did a bit of a back and forth to look at the Black Ivory Inn, like in what state it was, and you learned that, well, it's basically been reverted to today's state, with everyone being dead and destroyed, and the building being nothing more than a ruin. You picked up a couple of items over there, and then you decided to check out this tunnel while you were there anyways. Going through this tunnel, you indeed seem to have gone into the heart of Drakkenheim, because at some point you hit the sewers of Drakkenheim, and it doesn't make sense if the sewers are outside the city. They're in the city. You came upon a location in the sewers where there was a circular chamber that kept rainwater. And when you tried to explore that, you saw a bunch of corpses floating in the water. Some of them still dropping down from a hole way up in the ceiling. Upon investigating, you were attacked by a chul, which is basically giant shrimp, and they're no bueno. This one in particular was called Fluffy, or in common terms, Shelly, who was quite quickly called back by some fish people who you've had an interesting interaction with, who invited you to come and visit the Duchess at some point, to which you politely declined for now. You checked out the upper ground. You went up the spiral staircase there to see what was causing the corpses to drop down. And when you looked through the grate up there, basically coming back to the surface level, you were actually at Slaughterstone Square, one of the famous squares in Drakkenheim, known in its heyday for, well, being one of the connecting points of the heart of the city, but also being the place for public executions, being done by nothing short of a miracle of technology called the Executioner, a monster of a machine with a giant scythe that basically beheaded those that needed beheading by the will of the king or the steward. The machine was still there, but it seemed either broken down or in slumber, sort of like leaning against the well, and the well being the entry point where the bodies had fell down. And bless you. It's that mist of, it's the haze that just gets to you, right?
I'm allergic to forests. I'm okay in the haze.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
City boy.
Which actually leads us to the following thing, because
It's not
because
catnip, I
after you
swear.
were done, when you were done there, you decided not to go up there. Didn't risk the Slaughterstone Square area because it is the inner city, and that big machine, if it would come alive, that would be scary. You decided to go back all the way to the Black Ivory Inn through the hallway, and exited there, and from there walked out of the city. Because you need to cross the river if you want to go back to Emberwood Village. You have a couple of options, one of them being finding a bridge outside of Drakkenheim, which is a couple of days worth of travel. And you have decided to do that. So you walked out of the city into the wooded areas northeast of Drakkenheim. And after a little while's travel, about 2 to 3 miles outside of Drakkenheim, you finally clear the haze and you can take a long rest, which you have done. The night is settling in. As a matter of fact, the night has settled in, and you have prepared for the inevitable follow-up, because exploring the inner trappings of Drakkenheim for your very first time, and also surviving the Black Ivory Inn is nothing short of a feat. There's a lot of adventurers that would not have come out the way that you have. Thus, that grants a reward in the form of a level up. You have become level 4, and I am pretty sure that everyone is dying to hear what you picked, so let us hear it.
Can we go right to left? We'll start with Petro.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
So Petro at level 4, paladins get a ability score improvement. So I decided to take strength. Which the amount, as the party's tank, the amount of not just swinging of my maul, but also like competing grappling checks and things like that. Strength is probably my most useful stat, so I went for that. I think I also looked at some feats, which looked interesting, but decided this time not to go the feat route and just do a straight strength score improvement. So not particularly exciting, but definitely a solid improvement for my character.
Love that.
Love it.
Briar, what about you?
Okay, for Briar, I actually, for this time, just because I don't have guns just yet, I already have feats already added, so I already have some grip points already set up aside, but I did put in a little bit into my wisdom because I looked up a little bit more on how gunslingers work the most, and they actually rely on wisdom, so I need to build that up just a smidge.
That does make sense. All right. What about you, Corey?
So Corey actually, because he started his life as a more roguish feline, he was able to get his 3rd level of artificer, meaning he's starting to specialize into a more deconstructive and constructive individual, aka he can break shit and bring it back. So he's working on creating something based off of Norbit's design. He's creating these little legs and focusing lenses. He's starting. He can make, but he needs something from his home office, before he can make the Eldritch cannon, which is the staple of the artillerist playbook. He also gains access to the shield and thunderwave spells. So all of the little nodules that he has been installing over his armor that used to only be able to sense magical things or create illusions like disguise self, now they have the ability to essentially create a blast of force or even stop objects that are coming towards him. So that's all that. I'm going to try to go quickly because I'm going a little bit along here. Woodcarver's tools. He's now proficient in woodcarver's tools. He can whittle very well. And he gains an extra spell slot. So lots of things, actually. He's really growing in the world.
So you can now whittle while you work.
I love that you guys have all these complicated weapons and contraptions, and Petra's just like, I'm just carrying a tree trunk that I found in the ground.
And he can channel a purifying flame through this tree trunk, so that's pretty cool, I think. Petro go bonk.
Yeah, you're basically just Rocky. I must break you. That's Petro.
I will break you.
Well, so Petro, you're looking pretty swole after that trek into the city. How many Corys do you think you can carry at this point?
Oh, I don't know. Probably a lot, but I have been working out a little more, and I think I've really been getting my steps in lately. So thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna need something a little more concrete than that, but sure, whatever. That for now is great.
So to set the scene, before I give it over to you, you have set up your camp. The night has fallen, so you are getting ready to get some rest. If memory serves, but do correct me, Corey, you set up an alarm system around the camp, didn't you?
Yeah. So pretty much, as we're going along, he creates a 20-foot by 20-foot square of alarm that if anything goes into that beyond the 3 of us, it'll create a very loud noise.
Okay. So I just wanted to clarify. Can you, because with magic wording is everything, what did you command to trigger on?
So I'm going to say anything larger than a tiny creature. So like if a squirrel runs through, it's not going to do anything. But if anything like a boar or bigger goes through, that's not Petro or Briar or himself, you'll hear the sound.
Alert! Alert! There's something in the area! Get out of here!
Okay.
So that's what you'll see or hear.
Great. Sure. Good clarification, because I was about to attract some moths to your camp, and that's not going to do anything now. Cool. Is there anything else that you guys want to do before getting to rest? And do you want to do a patrol schedule, or are you all just going to sleep?
Petra's slept in the forest enough times that at this point he's just like, oh, I'm just going to go to sleep.
I think with the alarm, Corey's perfectly. He's like, yeah, I covered it. I got it. Don't worry, guys.
Briar's gonna have some instances where she kind of, if she hears something loud enough, she'll wake up and kind of look around. But other than that, she's gonna sleep throughout the night.
All right.
I imagine Norbit actually will probably join her since he everyone else is asleep. Norbit doesn't really require sleep, so he's just sort of any activity.
Just hovering around the camp.
Might as well plop him down then. There we are.
Rabbit.
So with that, the day will slowly settle into night. The forest over here is, for lack of a better word, relatively serene, especially compared to the ruins of Drakkenheim. That being said, though, the wider area around Drakkenheim is touched by what happened 15 years ago in the city. As you can see in the villages and cities that you have passed on your way to Drakkenheim when you were traveling here, places are deserted. Crops can't be grown anymore. Nature is hurting because of this. And even though you've cleared the haze, you will notice that the trees that are standing here, a lot of them are holding on to their autumn colors, even though it's not autumn at the moment. You don't hear a lot of birds, maybe the odd bird flying by. You won't hear a lot of wildlife. As a matter of fact, it's eerily quiet. Even the insects, it just doesn't sound like there's a bunch of crickets, maybe a single one here and there. Nature's dead, and while that gives for a great sleep, it might also be troubling for those of you that hold nature dear. It won't bar you from sleeping, though, so you all can do a long rest, and if you haven't done so already, feel free to reset your stats as such, because nothing happens during the night. For the next day, when the sun rises, a soft rain will set in, signaling the dawn. This is a common practice around, well, not a practice, a common sight around Drakkenheim. Especially in the morning, rain usually starts to piddle-paddle down. In the city, there is usually a bit of a slight rain throughout the day, but around the city, especially in the mornings, it can be rather wet. During the day, usually that sort of stops, but there is a bit of rain right now. What is your plan for today?
I want to say Briar is gonna wake up, kind of just kind of look between the other two, see if they're awake yet or not.
Corey's up. He's been whittling a little like whistle or something. He's been getting a little bit more use out of his small pocket knife. Corey's looking over at Petro. He's gonna watch him and just sort of like see how he acts this morning.
Everything all right, Corey?
Corey walks over to Briar. Yeah, I'm just worried about the big guy. He seemed a little bit, distraught over after the inn. After we collapsed the whatever was going on with that weird magic piano.
It's definitely shaken up a lot of us.
How you holding
I'll
up?
say. A little bit better today, but still kind of just wrapping my hand around everything that's going on right now.
What do you think about how we handled that situation?
I still wish there was something we could have tried.
Yeah.
I think Petro starts waking up around this time. And he's like, oh, I haven't slept that good in a while. I think I was exhausted. And then he kind of like starts to remember the events the day before, and then he's, oh yeah, oh, okay. Then walks over to the tree that he had spoken to the night before that he has to keep watch. He says, thank you for watching over us last night. It's really appreciated. It's very nice of you. Thank you. And he pulls a little bit of water out of his flask and pours it on the roots. Well, hey guys,
Make me a
good
nature
morning.
check.
Oh, okay. 17.
Ooh.
Okay. Where did you get this flask of water?
Good question. I assume at the last place that had clean water. Maybe that was the Silver Order camp or Ackerman Mill, something like that.
So as you throw some water on the root of the tree, you'll see for a second as if you wash away a bit of mud. It isn't mud though, but it almost feels as if you washed away a little bit of the darker brown, and it immediately just goes back. It's about a split second that you see that, but it looks weird.
Huh. That's weird. Anyway, good morning, guys.
Hey there, buddy. How you doing? How'd you sleep?
Oh, I actually surprisingly slept pretty well. Yeah, I feel refreshed. How about you?
Can't complain.
I mean, yesterday was especially long, especially since we did so many things, and some of them we did over and over yesterday. So I was pretty tired. Also, I'm struggling with some of the decisions we made, but otherwise I'm doing great.
Yeah. What's your how you taking that? Like what? One of the things that you got, Petro, you gotta understand about this place, and I think you do, is, you don't always get a chance to do the best thing. Sometimes you just gotta react and do what you can, what your instincts tell you. And I'll be honest, I don't know if we would have gotten out of there if we had done anything other than what we did. If we had tried anything else. And I just want you to know that whether or not, whatever could have been or should have been, it ain't on you, buddy. End of the day, I made that call. I know you, we're not really, we've been working together for a little while. We've been watching each other's back. But I don't want you to have to. I want you to have to go to sleep with that on your shoulders.
Well, I mean, when I first got to Drakkenheim, I saw that everybody was really mean to each other, and I think it's because they went through some really hard stuff like that too. I think they maybe had to make difficult decisions. Sometimes they have to make decisions where they put their own well-being before the well-beings of others. And I understand why they make that decision. But I can say, for me anyway, that I'm not going to let this place change me. I'm not going to let it change what I believe in. And that's not really technically my vow, but that's something that I vow anyway.
Yeah, well, you keep up that hope. But I'll be honest with you. If I see a situation where split-second situation, instinctually you're gonna live or die, I'm gonna do what I can to keep you guys kicking. But if you feel you gotta do something and it sends you into a place that I can't follow, I wish you the best. But I think I'm gonna try to keep you out of the fire, okay? You know what I mean? Not the sacred. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I know that you don't believe in the sacred flame, and I know that maybe you have a different set of beliefs. But Corey, I can tell you this: if you listen to your heart, you'll know what's right.
Yeah.
The same goes for Briar.
Sure, buddy. Just keep your head, listen to your heart, sure, but remember also your it ain't empty most of the time.
I think this whole place is all messed up because people did too much thinking.
Yeah. Well, we'll see about that. But let's head out. I think we're looking for a place where we can cross the Grand River, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, we talked about maybe a boat or a bridge. But I'm thinking that if we just kind of go down and walk along the river, we'll eventually figure something out.
Might actually be able to create a, what's up, Brian?
Do you think it'd be safe for us to cross the river?
Well, if we had a boat or a bridge, yeah.
About how wide is the river where we are?
So the river in the city spans about 400 feet, and the water moves at a relatively quick pace, which makes it dangerous to try and swim through, if not for, of course, the contamination of delirium that is in there, the persistent haze that is basically covering the water absorbing this element is none other. Water is very dangerous. But you're currently not in Drakkenheim. You are outside of it. So the contamination in the water, as luck would have it, the water actually does flow from the northeast to the southwest. So you're actually at the non-contaminated part of the river. Towards the southwest, of course, it carries the contamination with it from Drakkenheim. So you're in the uncontaminated part right now. The only part that you'd have to worry about is that the river is still 300 to 400 feet wide, because it is pretty consistent up until the spring where it comes from. Plus, of course, in the city, it is a canaled river where, it's been made to, sustain any traffic on the water. Over here, the water is more rough. There will be some rocks and whatnot in the water. Barring that, though, with enough craftsmanship, a bit of luck, and using the stream to your advantage, you might actually be able to cross. Just come up with a good plan, and I'll listen to it.
Well, we could either walk northeast, and I think maybe we'll find a bridge at some point. But it might be several days. Or, I've got a little bit of rope. You're pretty good with tools and stuff. Maybe we could figure something out.
What's your policy on using trees for boats?
Oh, I believe that nature both gives and takes. And so if you take something from it, you have to give something back.
How do I give back a tree?
Oh, you could water it. You could plant another tree. You could take one of its acorns and put it in the ground.
That's it? Sure. Okay. Yeah, why not?
It doesn't sound like much right now, but if you come back in 20 years, there's going to be another tree there.
Oh, sure. Definitely. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. Sure. I'll acorns. Corey's going to climb up the nearest tree, find a couple of acorns if he can. If there's any.
There's a couple there.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So, is this enough?
While you're up there, if you see any really straight sticks, bring them back down.
All right. Bringing with him a straight edge and a knife, a little knife saw that he has for his wood carving stuff now. I'm gonna
roll me a perception check to see how straight of a stick you're gonna take with you.
Yeah. How thick are we talking, and how long?
Oh, ideally 3 inches thick, and maybe 4 feet long. But really, if it's bigger than that, then we can carve it down.
That ain't a stick. That's a branch.
Oh, but yeah, branch. Yeah.
Sure, whatever.
A branch, a stick is just a branch that fell off a tree. So
he's just gonna find a reasonably long, probably 4 to 6 inch thick portion, and mark it, and then.
And then what?
I'm thinking, can he repurpose? So he's just gonna mark it for now. He's gonna come back down, go over to his sack and start grumbling. Only a stick and find it. No, that's not long enough.
I honestly think I've never been this much into woodcutting with D&D, so this is a first.
Yeah. So he's gonna find from his tinkerer's tools. He already has some shaping tools for polishing and other things like that. He's gonna try to rig up with one of the polishing stones that he has that has a wheel. He's gonna rig up a couple of knives along that edge and make a very rudimentary buzzsaw, one that he has to manually turn. It's not like a powered one.
Interesting.
So not basically
Okay.
like a rotary saw. So a polishing stone with some fixtures of.
What
blades.
kind of tools do you have with you?
I have tinker's tools and a couple of daggers and thieves' tools.
Roll a die on the tinker's tools. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Tinker's tools,
Just
proficiency.
your modifier.
Would that
Your
be
proficiency modifier.
dexterity or intelligence?
I believe it's dexterity based, but you got a +5 on it.
Righty. Yeah, that would be.
You got proficiency in it.
That'd be
Yeah,
+5.
yeah.
Yep. So I'm just gonna roll with a +5.
Or you can just like in your character sheet, like
My character.
oh, you roll on D&D Beyond, right?
I'm gonna roll on this one here.
Because in Foundry, you can literally just click your tool.
Let's see. I don't want to. Never mind.
I knew that.
Thieves' tools, tinker's tools. There we go. Tinker's tools.
So while you're like getting your tools out, Petro pulls a javelin out of his pack and he's just like,
Damn it.
see, it looks like this and it's about this thick and it's kind of pointy.
So
Yeah,
you roll a 10, which is including your 5 bonus.
Yes.
So it's you know those arts and crafts projects.
yeah. It's basically held together. Glue and macaroni is what we're talking about.
it looks like you really tried. Like that's good for you.
Okay. This ain't gonna work. Petro, you got a hammer.
Oh, I do have a hammer.
All right.
Yeah,
Like
I have a very big hammer.
a very small hammer, something I can hold.
Oh, no, I don't have a small
All right. You know
one.
what, Petro? Here, come over here. You're gonna do this. All right. Brian, how many daggers do you have?
I don't really carry daggers, but I have a hand axe and I have some short swords.
We have a hand axe. Why didn't we? We got a hand axe. Brian, come here. You chop this down. I'm not chopping this crap.
Oh, here, can I borrow your hand axe?
Sure, please make sure it comes back to me safely and in one piece. Don't break it.
Ah,
Oh,
man.
Okay. And then Petro very gently starts like hitting the branch with the axe. It's like barely even chipping it.
Gosh, I don't want to overroll, but I kind of have to do this. Make me a strength check.
Oh
Straight
no.
Oh no. That work?
Didn't look like it.
Nope.
Yeah, it's not working. I'm clicking on the dice. It's bringing up the menu. Yeah, I'm gonna roll a d20. These things are not working right now.
Oh,
That is
that's
going to be natural 20 plus 4. All right.
Wow. So I was gonna consider like if you roll really high, you're gonna be very strong, of course. But with a natural
Right.
20, like that's a succeed. So you are actually like you managed to hone your strength just well enough to perfectly handle this.
the tree
So you
falls
just
over.
kind of carve out a little bit right here, and then a little bit over here, and you just straighten it, and then you just kind of polish it a little bit, and there you go. There's a javelin.
It looks like one from a woodcarver shop. Yeah, this wood for some reason is just extremely malleable.
I'm gonna add a javelin to my inventory.
Nice.
I was running low. Ooh,
Nice.
I did not mean to roll that. Okay.
Hey, it worked. Corey's trying to he's taking apart his little handmade buzzsaw thing. He's like, it would have worked if I just put a couple of daggers in there, but we don't have any daggers. We have got 3 people, no daggers.
Oh, I don't really have a
Griping.
use for daggers.
You know, I got a couple of daggers, but I don't want to bend mine.
Oh, so you want to bend mine?
I didn't say that. I just don't want to bend mine. Yeah, that
But
hangs
it's
together.
insinuated.
Don't put words in my mouth. Anyway, you got yourself a javelin. Okay, so you know what, Petro, you're so good with breaking down wood stuff like that. I kind of want to try something. You guys are gonna we're gonna go ahead and try to cross the river, right? Huh? I want to try something.
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right, so you see that tree right here? The one you just cut the branch off of? All right, I'm going to watch and learn. And I'm going to walk up and I'm going to cast Thunder Wave at the tree with my armor, like, nodules that I've installed. I mean, basically, he's going to crank a dial on his chest and then hit it, and just like a wave of force goes forward to blast this.
Why?
In the realm of, I've never Googled this before. Thunderwave on a tree.
Thunderwave, it does thunder damage, and it does unsecured objects are in the area are pushed 10 feet away from you. It's I
think it's a 15-foot cube.
Yeah, it's a 15-foot cube, but I thought constructs and objects had disadvantage on a saving throw. Basically, it's 2d8 thunder damage, and he's trying to shatter what remains of the branches to make them fall off, and they can like build a small raft out of it.
Cool. Okay. Because I quickly looked up how much HP does a tree have, and the manual came back with like, oh, that's 150 for a tree.
Yeah.
So
I'm going for the branches.
Dang.
I'm trying to blow all the branches off. Yeah.
So that with a thunder wave you can totally do. There's going to be like a rainfall of branches and leftover leaves coming down. It's a complete mess, but the trunk of the tree is still standing.
So he turns.
Raining sticks.
He turns towards you guys, and his fur on his front is all just matted against him and blown to the sides. He's like, "It works! Yes! I've been waiting to test that out."
Do you take your goggles off and there's like a mark like where you go?
Yeah. So he walks up, puts his goggles on, he goes, "I hope this works." Click, 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 click.
Oh wow! I've never seen that technique before. It's very effective. And then Petro goes over and starts picking up all of the acorns that fell off.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so we have a lot of sticks now. What exactly are we planning next?
So any of the bigger branches we can. You said you had rope. Let's lash them together. I got some rope. You got some rope.
Yeah.
Let's lash together about maybe 10-foot by 10-foot platform of branches. Do we need any more? I can get more.
Okay. Well, I am pretty big. So unless we want to go one at a time across the river, I think maybe we should make it as big as possible.
I mean, you can lay down a 10-foot.
Oh, I don't want it to sink.
Yeah, you're probably right. Okay.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go get some tree trunks, and we're gonna put them under the raft to make it float more.
Fine. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I start looking for trees that are either felled trees, ideally, or trees that have just what look like weak roots.
There will be, like as I said, with the state of nature right now, there you will definitely find that around you.
Okay, so I bring back like 3 small felled trees, and I give them the quarry to lash to the bottom of the raft.
Sure.
So I don't have a proper like dowel or other woodworking stuff, which I'm probably gonna have to pick up later. But I'm gonna try to use my my daggers to make notches in the lash together top part so that it fits snugly with the bottom part. It's not gonna be lashed on, but it's gonna be as snug as possible.
So it's going to be a raft that is not built to last, but built to work, and that is fine. That'll work.
And as Petro is like wandering around the forest around here, he's just digging, 6-inch deep holes and putting acorns in them, and then covering them back up with dirt.
Oh.
As he's out, Corey's gonna say, "Yeah, poor guy. I don't think anything's growing in this area, sadly, but he can dream."
And the next time we come back, guys, this is going to be a whole forest.
So you replanted a couple of acorns in the hopes that, of course, new trees will sprout here. You have constructed a rudimentary raft with the best of your abilities and the tools at hand. I think with what you described, you have I dare not say sea or water worthy raft, but it is a good attempt. You're able to try this.
Okay. I guess I'll carry the raft since I'm the biggest one. And then he just picks it up.
I am pretty sure you can. Yes.
For our viewers
man.
at home, furbolgs are able to lift as much as one size class bigger than themselves, or as if they were one size class bigger than themselves.
So a raft with like a couple of small tree trunks and whatnot would be like, it would
Yes.
cost you a bit of effort, but you'd definitely be able to.
I'm just imagining. Is there anything watertight like a wineskin or a water skin?
To stretch
For what?
around the entire
No.
raft?
For he's gonna make his own personal flotation device, basically, just in case.
You fill with
like,
air.
and if all else fails, kind of
Yeah.
like,
he's over filling it up. Just
Petro comes
Sure.
over and like straps a log onto your backpack, and he's like, "There, if you now you won't sink."
he falls over.
Oh, sorry. I'll wait till we get to the water. Okay, sorry.
okay then. So you reach the water line. The water is going along. You have a couple of rocks between you and the other side. Now, because the water is moving, of course, you cannot make a straight approach from one side to the other. It's going to be diagonal. So what I'd like to know from you guys is, how are you going to do this?
I think
Is it like rapids? Like how fast is it going?
It's in between a rapid and just a normal river. So it's not like dangerous, but it's moving.
so if we cross the river at 20 feet per 10 seconds, and the water's moving. Corey's gonna strap. He has like some string and a pebble, and he's gonna put it in the water to see how fast the water's moving.
Oh, give me a perception check.
All right.
That's smart.
I got a dirty 20.
Sure. By doing that, you use enough rope, and you're actually able to deduct like roughly what that does. You do a bit of math because like that, this is your forte, and yeah, you can roughly estimate like if we don't do anything stupid, we should be able to hit the shores over there.
And that's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, you will be able to deduct that.
All right. So if we leave from this spot over there, we should hit right down there. Okay, as long as we don't capsize.
Have we decided how we're gonna propel the boat across? I don't have a paddle or anything.
He pulls up your javelin. Huh?
Oh,
Stick.
that probably won't work great. But if it had like a big thing on the end that could push water, then yeah, maybe.
Hmm.
You strap it to Corey, and there you go.
Oh, Norbit. No, yeah, so I'm yeah, we probably should. Grabbing some bark. He's gonna try to create some little like flippers and basically just hold on to them. Paddles?
Sure, I suppose
Not
that could
impossible.
work.
Yeah, not impossible. That's not the sturdiest though, but you can try.
Worst
Yeah, I
case
think
scenario, it's not
Petro-
contaminated, so we can just swim, or pull.
Oh, could you make some of those that are furbolg sized?
Fine. Basically back to where we were constructing it. He's just gonna walk back there, pick up as much bark as he can, and just like start finding big pieces that are already furbolg size.
It'll take you a little more, but you will be able to make a size. Gosh, what do you have? Like a size 17 or something?
He's gonna use thread to
yeah,
create.
whatever.
He's gonna use thread to create 3 small loops that you can put your fingers through.
Oh, that's very fancy. Thank you. I would have just picked up a piece of bark and held it, but this is even better.
All right. All right. Brian, you keep an eye out for anything coming towards us. I don't think there's anything. I mean, it's a small river. I don't think there's anything that we're fine. We're out of Drakkenheim.
Corey, do you know how deep it is?
Sure, I do.
Oh, can you tell me?
It's classified.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense.
It's on a need to know basis, and we'll know soon. We might know soon.
I'm just gonna assume that you don't know.
That's a good assumption. All right, Let's go.
All right. So the three of you are going to sit on the raft and hope for the best with the bark.
I think I'm gonna walk them. After they get on, I'm gonna like wade out into the water while like pushing the raft, and just
Okay.
wade as far out as I can before climbing onto the raft myself.
Cool. So let's start off with the very first thing. As soon as you climb onto the raft, the three of you are on there. You will need to balance yourself out with the water. You know how that goes. So as you step on, you also being the biggest creature, the three of you, I'd like all three of you to make me an acrobatics check.
Oh no.
Oh, come on.
For me, it's a 17.
And 9.
Petro, you're
I've
fine.
got a 15.
Hooray!
Briar, you're fine. Like, this is nothing too special. Corey,
Aye.
you have a 9.
Yeah.
So as Petro gets on, you actually almost fall off the raft. You can hold on with your claws onto like the logs, but you're basically trailing behind the raft right now in the water.
Corey was 100%.
I pluck him out.
Yeah,
Corey was
you got a
100%
wet kitty.
doing. He was doing the George Washington at the front of the thing, and then he fell.
Yeah, crossing the Potomac, 100%. Like,
I am a genius.
Okay, Corey. So keep your center of gravity a little bit lower than standing proudly upright.
He's like matted fur, wet, and he's just like all 4 paws and claws gripped into the wood right now.
all right. So the raft is moving forward, and it is luckily not that rapid that you need to keep your balance. Like, now that you have balance, you're pretty fine, as long as you don't run into something. About a third to halfways the river, you notice that there's a couple of rocks upcoming, and by the looks of it, if you don't do anything, you're going to crash into them. Seeing the constructional quality of your raft, that might prove detrimental to your raft. What are you going to do about this?
Paddle really hard away from them. Well, to the side of them.
I'm gonna.
Cool. So just one direction paddling. What does the rest do?
Does Briar have anything?
I don't think she really has anything to help with paddling, but she can help as much as she can.
All right. Yeah. Norbert. All right. Norbert, you know what? We practice this, and I'm gonna have Norbert do the force blast thing that he can do a few times.
You turn him into a
propeller?
motor? Like a
No,
propeller?
no, on the rocks to try to break them up and get them out of our way. Like,
Oh,
are they
okay.
like shafts of rocks, like in
That's
front of us,
much more destructive.
Are
Yeah,
they-
they're like those river rocks that you can see, that are halfway in the water. Now, my mind totally went that you just stuck Norbert underwater, and he's basically used his force attack.
If we
I
need
think-
to,
Oh, I think Petro turns to Briar and he's just like, if you could just try to keep the breath balanced, and just compensate for whatever Corey does.
I'm going to do my best. I really don't weigh a whole lot.
Oh,
So-
neither does he.
yeah, basically, he's gonna try to shoot what he can. That anything that looks like it's in our way but movable. But if there's anything big, he's gonna go to the side of the raft and just push, and that's not gonna do anything. So he's gonna keep shooting.
Cool. So 2 things. First off, I'd like Petro to make me a strength check with advantage because you're being helped.
Okay. Strength checks are just not working today. I don't know what that's about.
Oh, strange.
Okay, so we're gonna add 4 to this.
there.
So that's gonna be 21.
Wow.
believe it's
Okay.
higher.
Yep. You got a 17 plus 4. That is 21. Yeah, that is no issue whatsoever. You're going to clear these rocks before you even hit them.
Great.
However, Norbert is also shooting the rocks as you come closer to them. And one of those rocks will just explode. That explosion will actually cause a bit of a ripple in the water. I need
darn
all
it.
3 of you to make me an acrobatics check.
Gosh darn
Oh no.
Why do we have to
Again.
blow everything up?
Because it's in our way, Petro. Because it's in our way.
I was gonna say, ask the backseat, not me.
Ooh, I got a 4.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
19.
All right. So I see a 4, a 19, and a 16 for Briar. So this time, Briar, Corey, you are fine. Petro, you actually lose your balance, and in losing your balance, you lose your paddle.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That's okay, guys. I have really big hands. I can just use my hands.
So you do a knee fall on the raft, and you lose the piece of bark. You have about 1/3 of the river left to cover. It doesn't seem like there's any more rocks. What do you do?
I think as we start getting closer to the shore, I try to peer into the water and see if I can see the floor of the river.
Interesting.
See how deep it is.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. That will be a natural 1.
Oh.
Okay. You try to look for the bottom of the river, yet all you find is the void of eternal darkness of water. It seems to be very, very deep in this particular spot.
Nice.
As you
I think
look
there's
away
monsters
from that,
down there.
well, as you look away from that, in the corner of your eye, you see something moving under the water. And as you look over, you see 3 tiny baby turtles swimming past, and followed by a water rat.
A water
Oh.
rat?
Yes.
Guys, look at the turtle. Oh! Oh! Okay. Oh, hi. Oh, hello, little rat. I've met your kind before. We'll be out of your river in a moment.
You could have sworn that those little turtles had like little bandanas around their head in different colors. As you,
It took me a second.
Wait a minute.
Oh, gosh.
I think that one had a
Yeah.
little bit of purple bandana on it.
shout out, by the way, to Monty Martin, because he made this kind of joke as well at some point in the water, and I thought it was hilarious. I had to do it at some point.
Petro just
This
waves
was a
at them
good
and he's like,
moment,
"Cowabunga, dudes."
All right, we can't let our raft go to splinters.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I like
So, is there anything else you want to do, or do you just let the raft float its course?
Judging by our
Um,
momentum and the speed that we were moving, does it look like we're still angling towards the side?
By all accounts, yes.
It's gonna be fine, Petro. We're almost there.
I'm just gonna keep paddling. I know I don't have my paddle anymore, but I'm just gonna paddle with my hands.
You got big hands. It's great.
With that, you'll clear the river a little earlier than you anticipated because of the stronger paddling. There is
Hooray.
definitely still a place where you can moor on that side. As you hit the river bank, the raft will basically explode underneath your feet like it was not built to last. But all 3 of you make it dry onto the shore. Well, except for Corey, because he was already soaking wet.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
guys,
gonna-
that could have ended a lot worse.
Yeah, it would have been fine. It went great. It went great, right, Petro? Don't focus on what could have been. Focus on what is.
That's true.
And he's gonna try to collect as much, or he's gonna try to collect the rope from the wreckage.
Sure. Yeah, you can. Like it'll be wet, but like wet rope is still rope.
Coiling it. All right. Well, that was eventful.
Very.
Suppose based on where Emberwood is, we got a bit of a trek ahead of us. But you guys okay with sticking to the outskirts? I think we're. I think we've had enough of the city for a little while.
Oh yeah, I mean I think the outskirts is the whole reason. I liked this actually being in. I know it's mostly dead, but I like being in the forest. And also Petro picks up all the sticks that had been the raft, and he kind of brings them inland a little bit and starts spreading them out in a more natural pattern. He's like, well, I was always taught to leave no trace, so I'm just gonna leave all these sticks over where sticks live, which is not right next to a river.
Leave no trace. What do you mean by that?
Oh, leave no trace means that you leave nature the way that you found it.
I see.
What about mangrove trees?
Oh, what about them?
I think I've read something about they live in the water. Sticks.
They do.
Sticks in the water.
What?
Never mind. Never mind. It's all good.
Oh, that's true. But these are oak, and oak trees don't live in water.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. With that, you have indeed crossed the river, and you are on the other side. So how do you travel to Emberwood Village? Do you literally stay clear of the city to just travel to Emberwood? Because you can.
What do you guys think? You wanna do a shortcut through the spokes, or do you wanna skirt around the edges?
Might be
Oh.
quicker if we go through the spokes.
Would be definitely be quicker. Might run into another troll too. Be very quick.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't think I want to meet another troll actually.
Although, truth be told, you actually handled yourself very well with that troll. I'm very impressed.
Oh, that's very kind. But I don't want to meet another troll.
Agreed. Yeah. You seem to a very, very hungry troll, so we could probably stick to the outer buildings at least. That way, at least we're not trekking through, I don't know, forest.
Well, even though I don't want to meet another troll, I will follow you guys, whichever way you think is best.
I think we're headed to the outskirts of the spokes.
All right.
Can I ask, how
yes.
far is the Chapel of Saint Vitruvius that we had initially?
So the
Ardenna?
the Chapel of Saint Ardenna, the one that you visited before, is on your map is number 20, which is over here.
Okay.
So it can be on your path, but it is a bit of a detour. Saint Vitruvia was the name of the saint that was that had its staff over there. It's also the name of the cathedral. So the cathedral is named after Saint Vitruvia.
I also just realized something. Because we discovered another part of Drakkenheim. It's not filled out yet.
Which is
Number 14.
Slaughterstone Square. That is very fair. Let me
yeah.
mark that off your map. You are absolutely correct, man.
Oh yeah.
There you are, Slaughterstone Square.
Sweet.
Would it be 17 or 2, which was the Black Ivory Inn?
The Black Ivory Inn was number 17 if memory serves. Yes, it is, and that one is also not marked. So
Sweet. We're slowly
There we go.
unlocking the map. Corey definitely didn't say.
So, as we're headed back, Petro says to the group, "Oh, so I know that we are trying to stick to the outskirts, but if we could just make like a quick detour to the Chapel of Saint Brenna, that would be appreciated."
Maybe it'll give us a chance to find some more equipment, or maybe even delirium on the way. I'm not against it. How are you feeling, Brian?
I'm neutral about it. I'm fine.
All right, sure. Why not? How long will it take to travel from where we are to about here, including the morning that we've been on?
So all the whole ordeal of getting everything together, getting the raft, getting across the river, and then traveling towards Drakkenheim again, I'd say that was your morning. So it is currently in the afternoon. This part of town, especially if you use the roads and whatnot, can go a little quicker. But before I answer, I have a counter question, which is, how are you going to travel? Are you going to walk down the roads? Are you going to use the alleyways? Are you going to go through the rooftops? What's your approach? Because you have multiple options now.
And Petro, what's your decision on traveling by rooftop?
Oh, I don't think I would do very well at that. You'd probably be good at it though.
Come on, you probably wouldn't even have, you just step across. You don't even have to jump.
Oh,
yeah.
Corey,
Yeah.
Corey, I have a really good idea actually. What if you went on the rooftops and I just stayed down on the street in the alleys? And then you just look out at the roads and you tell me if there's people on them or trolls on them or cute little turtles on them. And then we can make decisions based on that.
It sounds like a plan. I think Brian, how about you two traveling together, and I'll keep a lookout.
That's fine.
So I think we're gonna stick to the outermost road here, the path that's there. I don't think we're not really looking to skirt through alleys. We're just trying to make best time.
That makes sense. So the spokes are not the most dangerous area of Drakkenheim. It is very notorious for, like, there's a lot of bandits here and whatnot, but they are more into the alleyways of the spokes itself. The outskirts are a little safer, especially when you keep an eye out. So Corey, since you are the designated tour guide this time, I'd like you to make me a survival check to see how that goes.
Can I not be perceiving? I'm so okay. Survival. Here we go. Oh, I'm so good at survival. Oh, 4.
Oof.
Okay. Yeah. It's going great. There's not a bandit inside, as a matter of fact, which helps. You know.
Can can Norbit help? He's perceptive.
I didn't ask for perception. I asked for survival.
I know.
As you keep an eye out, especially for bandits and whatnot, like, the spokes is like, it's crawling with stuff over here. As a matter of fact, I think that you might know that this area around here also houses a rather well-known area for the Queen. You might not know exactly where it is, but you know that it's somewhere here in the spokes. So it is busy with bandits and whatnot. Curiously enough, as you guys are traveling, you don't really run into any rogues or bandits. You turn a couple of streets, and the outer street, leads you through a very simple market square, very small one. It seems devoid of life, luckily, so it should be a very easy travel. From here, it's a straight shot, and you'd be getting close to the chapel, so you're doing fine.
About what time of day is it?
Midday, so
Okay.
like 2-3 p.m. somewhere.
Where's Corey?
He's up on the roof.
Oh, there you are.
Let me give you a height so I know where you are. Roofs are like 15 feet.
Probably not that far up.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna stay just about 10 to 15 feet ahead of them, just to basically keep an eye down on them, as well as just look for any movement ahead. Norbit sort of hovering alongside of him.
Okay, so Corey, if you see anything bad, you just go like this. If you see something good or nothing, you go thumbs up.
What?
Oh, I said, if you see anything bad, do a thumbs down. If you see anything good or nothing, do a thumbs up.
All right, 2 flashes
That's
for
so
bad.
That's so we can be discreet.
2 flashes for bad, 1 for good, and he flashes a little flashlight.
Oh, that's less discreet.
It's shuttered, so only you can see it.
It is better than screaming among each other.
Oh, good point, Briar. Sorry.
What?
As Briar calls some sense into the two of you, and you two decide to die down a little bit, because discretion is smart when you're traveling through an area that is potentially hazardous.
I got a 4 on my survival, so
Yeah, that's kind of basically just acting out the 4.
Yeah, I mean, fair. Corey, you direct your attention back to the market area. It's basically a market square that has been completely ransacked. That's exactly what it looked like. There's still some stuff here and there. There's some corpses, but it's ransacked, and it doesn't seem like what it probably was when it was still operable. You notice something. As you look at the market square, you notice a sound. It sounds like crying.
Oh, okay. Briar, he said thumbs down.
I'm gonna hit the deck and crawl towards the edge so I can get eyes on whatever's down there.
Sure. As you look around, you don't see anything, but you can make me a perception check to see if you can roughly locate where the audio is coming from. The crying.
Mm-hmm. I got a dirty 20.
Cool. I'll give you two things then. First off, you can hear that the crying is coming from roughly this direction. So those crates, the cart, somewhere over there. You can't see anything though, but it seems that someone is crying there. Moreover, the sound itself sounds distraught and wailing, like an old lady, a mother that lost her child, that kind of sound.
All right. I'm going to speak softly into a device, hand it to Norbit and send it down for to give to them. And
Let me get you in orbit.
Okay. Right. He's going to float down and then he's going to tap the device and you're going to hear,
All right, there's an old lady up ahead crying, or someone crying sound. Anyway, it's suspicious. Be careful. On the right.
Oh, somebody might need our help.
6 seconds of audio in a little mechanical device.
Well, let's not abandon all caution. This is still somewhat unsafe waters.
Well, yeah, but if somebody's crying, we should probably help them.
Norbit.
And then I speak back into Norbit. I have no idea if this works, but just like Petro just speaks back to Norbit, and he's just like, "Do they look like they're hurt? Do they look like they need help?" And then, okay, go Norbit.
Norbit presses the same thing a few times, and it just says,
Suspicious. Suspicious. Suspicious.
Oh,
I can it's D&D, right? My mind goes places. Like, I can just see Petro just standing there with this mechanical toad in his hand, right? Like, so where do I talk into? You like turn it like, because it came from his mouth.
opens
So
it
you
up.
turn his butt around and you talk it to like, his butt, like, hello?
talk into its butt. Yep.
So Norbit comes up to where Corey is and just sort of like shrugs.
That sounds right.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna crawl down back to them.
Okay, so should we go look, or do you want to try to sneak around? What's the plan?
I'm gonna go up to the other side of the buildings and see if I can see. It's behind some boxes. I'm gonna see if I can get eyes on. And sorry for
Good plan.
having you add the thing again.
Hey, don't forget, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Right. He's gonna crawl again. Do the same thing. Crawl up to the edge so we can look down on the boxes.
Sure. Let me give you a height advantage again. Yeah, you will indeed from there see something. Hang on, let me give you your 15 feet. There you are. So you're up on the roof again, and you are looking more towards this area. Now you can more clearly see that, yeah, behind a cart over there, there is indeed what seems to be like an older woman who has probably fallen on harsher times. Looking at her, she has like longer whitish hair that looks like, you know, the kind of person that probably has lived in Drakkenheim for like a little while, like a drifter or something like that. She is wearing a robe, but it looks like really like tattered. She's sitting on her knees, her face in her hands, and she's crying quite clearly.
Right. I'm gonna hold up a steadying hand and send Norbit down one more time to the lady. He's gonna press the button, and you're gonna hear,
You're being watched. Don't make any sudden moves. Yell out your situation. What's wrong?
Okay. As you do that, the woman looks up at Norbit and screams in its face. Go ahead and roll for initiative.
Oh,
Oh man. Great job.
her situation was
Abominable.
excuse me. Gosh.
15.
We need some fitting music for this.
Oh gosh. Here, I'm gonna roll.
Nice.
No clarification. I did not get a 22. I got a 5. I did the stupid thing again, but this time I at least remembered to fix it at the end. I didn't click on myself before I.
It's not adding you guys to the initiative tracker, so let me just do that manually. Can you remind me again what you rolled?
5.
Briar, what did you get?
I got a 9.
9, thank you. Corey got a 5. And what did you get, Petro?
15.
15, yes, sir.
Corey was super impressed with how clever he was, and then didn't realize that this could actually be a bad thing.
So he does what he always does. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
He acted within his character.
Right.
And Norbit acts in your turn, right?
Yeah, immediately after.
Cool. Okay. There we are. Let's roll those. There's my combat tracker. I was going to say, I didn't want to open. Alrighty. So, the lady, who looks like this, who does not have a pleasant face. Like, now that she's looking at Norbit, basically, and she has one hand outstretched to him, you're noticing two things about her now that she is more standing up. For one, her face is very gaunt, and her eyes are just gone. They're just hollow. And secondly, as you look at her, it looks like she's doing 4 things at the same time. She's kind of like warping in the same place. She's sort of phasing in and out. It looks really disturbing, like the kind of shit that you see in horror movies. Yeah, it's really creepy. And she will actually, she will look towards you, Corey, as she has immediately understood that you are up there.
Oh no.
Yeah, and she flies towards you.
Oh.
So right through the air, she just
She can
goes
fly.
right up onto the roof. Yes, she can.
Oh boy.
Which is 30 feet plus 15 feet up. So she will basically hover here. Over here, she can actually make it like up to you. She will float in. She will float in front of you. And as she looks at you, she points one of her bony fingers at you. And as she yells out one more time, she touches your fur, and you just feel a cold seeping into your body. Does a you might be lucky. Does a 12 hit?
It does not.
Cool. You feel the withering touch of death trying to hit you, but you basically block it off, and nothing happens to you right now.
I imagine the fear of seeing this thing just look up, lock eyes, and then fly straight at him has made his fur stand on end, and that's what she touched, the fur.
Yeah. So you lose like a couple of hairs.
They just a patch of white.
Love it.
Oh God.
Petro.
Yeah, since I can't fly, I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do here. So she's 15 feet up in the air.
Let me add that. Yeah, because she's at the same height as Corey, so she is.
Okay. All right. This is tricky. Sorry, folks. Give me one sec here.
Sure.
No range on that. Okay. I think I'm gonna keep this pretty simple.
Yes.
Petra's gonna let's see. Ooh, I'm pretty far away actually, now that I look at this. I think I'm gonna take the dash action. And just charge all the way over here.
Yep.
To right about here. So that's 40 feet total.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna pull my shield out. And I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Compelled Duel in an attempt to make the creature attack me instead of Corey.
That is very cool. Yes.
So you need to make a Wisdom saving throw. The witch needs to make a Wisdom saving throw,
Which she does for a 5.
Wonderful. And so the creature is drawn to me, compelled by my divine command. For the duration, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than me. And it must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space that is more than 30 feet away from me.
Perfect.
And that's the gist of it. It's a range of 30 feet, and it lasts as long as I concentrate up to 1 minute. And that is my turn.
Perfectly fine. Yeah, she looks over her shoulder at you as you come around, and she just hisses at you and gets ready to attack you when she can.
I hiss back. No, I'm just kidding.
You Brendan Fraser.
I imagine Petro. I imagine Petro does it in his own style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine him just like,
I can be scary too. I just choose not to be.
That's his style.
All right, Briar.
all right, I am going to rush on over here into this corner, and I'm going to be pulling out my bow, and I'm going to attempt to take a shot at this warp witch.
Let's do it.
Okay, and do that button, and then this button. Hopefully a 10 hits.
Sorry. A 10 does not hit, unfortunately. No.
Dang. It just kind of just goes off to the side of her, and she just...
Yeah, I imagine like this because it's like she isn't a ghost, but like there is a lot of ghosty stuff happening around her. So I think it just goes through one of her many layers that is just like not there apparently.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That is my turn.
Alrighty. As you look up at this witch, you also can see Petro and Corey, of course. You will notice something, Briar. Because right behind Corey, like the daylight right now is casting a bit of a shadow on all of you, of course, because it is daylight. You're noticing that the shadow behind Corey is exceptionally long. Like just for a second, you're like, huh? And as that catches your eye, you notice that shadow all of a sudden is growing longer. Corey, behind you, a shadowy figure emerges from the murky darkness that was your shadow before. And as it looks at you, it tries to attack you with his shadowy hand that just rakes through your fur.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Does a
shadow
15 hit?
attacking you?
A 15 does not hit, but it definitely scares Corey.
All right, so you just feel like the cold of like suddenly the sun is gone, like you feel that on your back for a second.
He has several white stripes through his fur right now.
Oh.
Perfect. With that, you will notice that 2 more shadows emerge on the rooftops. Yikes. Corey, your turn.
I hope this works. Corey's going to look down and see Petro and just shout, "Catch me!" And he's going to turn to the shadows behind him, twist the thing on his chest and hit it and jump and basically try to fall backwards off the roof while blasting the thunderwave back towards the shadows.
Okay, sure. So Thunderwave is in front of you, and it is
15-foot square towards the 2 shadows behind me.
You could.
I believe it's a Constitution saving throw, but let me check.
It might hit
you
the
can do
witch
that.
too.
It's a Constitution saving throw. I don't know.
How much is the cube?
So it's
Oh no,
15
I'm thinking of
feet.
Thunderclap.
Yeah, no. It's
Yeah, Thunderclap is a cone, so that's
it's a square 15 feet from me, centered right in front of my space, essentially.
sure. So you will take some fall damage as you jump off of the roof, but you will be able to hit both of the shadows.
Okay. So that'll be a Constitution saving throw. Oh, it's only 12.
Okay. Constitution. That is a 7 on the fourth, on the one close to you, and an 18 on the one behind that.
Okay, so
the
the
front one
18
fails.
meets it. The one that failed, if it works on it, it takes a thunder damage and also is pushed 10 feet away from me. I don't know if I can push if it's corporeal or not.
It is not corporeal, but let me have a look if it can be pushed away, because I don't think there's anything preventing you from doing so. No, you should be able to. So you can. So it will be pushed back 10 feet. There you go.
Okie doke. And I'm gonna fall towards Petro, but I'll take some damage if I hit the ground.
Yeah, you basically take 2 sets of fall damage, which I believe fall damage is a d6. Let me.
think so.
I always forget for some reason.
Yeah, d6 per 10.
Yeah, d6 per 10. So that is 2d6, please.
Cool beans. So do you want me to roll that?
I can roll it for you. That's
Okay.
no issue. It's technically I am the land. I'm fucking Strahd right now. So there you go. That is 5 points of falling damage.
All right, and I
Bludgeoning
did
damage.
9 thunder damage to the one that failed and half that to the one that didn't.
So 9 and 5. Nice. One is ectoplasmy. The other is it's not bleeding. Shadow doesn't bleed, I think. The other one is hit by it.
All right, and you said 5 damage, right, for the fall?
Yeah, it's always in 5 damage for the fall for you. Yes.
Thank you. And then from a bonus action, I'm going to have Norbit fly towards me and shoot the witch. Burn the witch!
We found a witch. May we burn her?
Hey, you guys,
See if I can-
chase a witch.
Does this have attacks? There's a bite. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and cast a spell through my spell casting. I got a 16.
A 60 will hit.
Cool beans, and that's a 1d4 plus 2, I believe. So I should have known this beforehand. Yes, 1d4 plus 2. So I got a total of 4 damage.
Nice. Damage is damage. That was what kind of damage was that?
Force.
That comes from that creature that counts as magic. Yes, that hurts.
Cool. So Norbit basically like his face opens up and a little diode shoots out a little jolt of energy.
Your descriptions are always so much fun.
And so that dissertation is my turn.
Alrighty. The final shadow can move into position. How much? Move into 40. It goes here plus 15 down. Yeah, it can make it over here. But it'll attack Petro this time. And it'll do the same thing. It'll basically just like look Petro in the eyes and just lift back its dark hand and just rake through, basically through your skin. Like, it's incorporeal, so that's just add extra creepiness to it. How about that is a 23 to hit.
That does hit, yeah.
So you take 9 points of necrotic damage. And I need to roll a d4 in addition to that.
Oh boy. You don't need to. You're choosing to.
Semantics. So you take 9 points of necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
Your strength score is reduced by 2.
Oh! My stats. Guys, my stats hurt.
My stats.
Shadows are not fun.
No.
All right. I reduced it. Strength score, right? Not modifier?
No, you score.
Good. Okay, that's better.
Oh,
That
no.
would have been
Wonderful.
horrifying.
So I just leveled down again.
He basically he
Yeah.
lost the level. Petro got hit so
All right.
hard he got hit back to the past.
So the warp witch floats down and hangs next to you, Corey, and basically does the same thing again. Like that really ugly bony finger that she has, she touches you right on the armor.
With disadvantage, right?
Oh, good point. Yes. Which is totally going to save you because that
thank
is
God.
with bonus of 7
Hehe.
instead
Yeah,
of
so-
a 19. So
I imagine so. Corey just landed on his back from falling, and he sees her coming down, and she's just like falling from the sky, going, "Ah!" And he just and it hits the ground next to him.
all right. As she fails to hit you, she basically breathes in very deeply. It looks like she's charging something. Petro.
All right. You have not been very nice. We came over here to help you, and then you just start attacking us, and that's just not very nice. And I lift up my maul and I swing at her.
Nice. Let's go.
Oh boy, it's a 7 to hit.
Yeah, that's almost, but not entirely. You miss.
Guys, my hammer feels heavier than usual.
Oh, no.
What the hell?
That's gonna be my turn. I can't really do anything with my bonus action.
Oh
So
man.
All right, Briar.
Okay, with that, she's gonna go ahead and put away her bow. Uh-oh.
I will
cannot move.
pause.
Oh, sorry, that's on me.
Doggy,
I was like, oh, what
the witch
happened?
move as well.
you're frozen. Ah!
The witch moved. It looks like.
And the witch moved
there
as
you
well.
go.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, she's gonna put away her bow, and then she's gonna come up to this shadow, and she's going to start swinging with her short swords. Wow, I cannot hit with my short swords.
And you were
These
trying
are
to
very
hit
wispy
the
creatures.
shadow?
Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't hit, unfortunately. So you go right through him, which is to be expected. Unfortunately, it doesn't find any purchase.
Okay. So on one hand, she's using her short sword and she misses and she goes, okay, screw this. So she pulls out her hand axe and she swings at the shadow with the other one.
I mean, it worked on the tree, so.
Oh, no.
If it can kill a tree, it can kill a shadow.
You're a shadow of your former self.
It
Oh.
again, you hit it like exactly where it's hardest. It's just there's nothing there, and it goes right through.
Well, I've done all I can do.
Oh, that sounds like a short.
We're all trying our best.
All right. One more of the shadows comes down from the rooftops, floats towards the street. So does the other one that is currently up there. 15. Yeah, it can make that actually. No, it'll still hover 5 feet above the ground. But with that, it still does have enough reach to hit. There you go. Oh, nope. Petro isn't floating 5. Petro all of a sudden starts floating. Oops.
He is 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my logic. Like it's going to be able to hit Petro because of that.
Oh God.
So yeah, it's going to try and hit Petro. With an emphasis on try, because that is a 6 to hit.
Oh, it does not hit, but good effort.
Yeah, it's like a shadow of its former self, you know.
God.
Oh, jeez.
Corey, your turn.
All right, so Corey's got a shadow on one side. Petro's been hit, and the warp witch or the creepy old lady with long creepy hair. Anyway, he pulls out the whistle that he was making earlier, and I'm gonna use this moment to make my first Eldritch Cannon. No legs. I'm just gonna hold it, and it's gonna be a whistle. I'm gonna use the protector variant, and blowing into it, I'm going to send out energy that will resonate around my friends and I, and give us temporary hit points.
Ooh, I like those.
So I believe that's 1d8 plus my intelligence modifier. I don't have a direct thing I can roll, so I'm just gonna roll a 1d.
That's fine. Yeah, and I still need to make a cannon token for you, which I have not done yet, but it will be ready for next week.
All right, so that's gonna be 8
Nice.
temporary hit points for everybody.
Nice.
Nice.
Thank you for coming over, Briar. All right, so yeah, he blows into that. So that's gonna be both my action and bonus action. So Norbit's just going to take the dodge action, and Corey's going to cower.
All right. Cower. All right. The shadow that is in between Corey and Briar was attacked by Briar, so it'll turn to Briar and return the favor, which I think is not going to hit with a 11.
It will not hit.
So all around is just a bunch of like people like waving at each other,
It's
like I don't like you, but like nothing happens.
Get out of my face!
Yep, we haven't figured out yet that we're like on separate planes of existence trying to hit each other. Oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute. That's why this isn't working.
It's a stereotypical cartoonish kind of like two nerds like slapping at each other.
Yes.
He was a furball.
He was slapping at
It
you.
was a shadow. They couldn't make any connection.
All right. The Warp Witch exhales a loud scream, which sounds even louder than the one that she did when she was discovered by Norbit. So
Yes.
loud, in fact, that every creature of her choice in 30 feet must make me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh.
Yay!
Oh, intelligence, not my strong suit.
Can I roll it?
Yeah, I'm having issues with rolling like the normal
It doesn't want to roll the intelligence one.
stats.
So you guys are
there we
you guys are rolling
the
through
right-
the D&D Beyond plugin, right? Like I know that
Yeah.
the D&D
Yeah.
Beyond website had some issues earlier today.
If you
so-
right click,
Oh.
it'll bring up a little window that says roll underneath.
Oh.
Oh.
I gotta,
I'll roll
I
on
gotta,
here.
I'm actually really good at these, and I got a 6.
All right, Brian's got a 16.
Nice job.
Roll.
Corey got a
intelligence.
6.
Yeah.
And Petro's got a 7. Exciting.
Oh,
So,
Oh boy.
Briar, you save. You don't like this screaming, but nothing more. This is just, it's an annoying sound.
Mhm.
Corey and Petro, both of you take 10 points of psychic damage.
Oof.
And this is so ear-shattering that both of you are incapacitated.
Oh dang, that's not good.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I hate to ask, but does that do anything to concentration?
If you're incapacitated, absolutely. You lose. You
Dang. Okay.
basically lose consciousness.
So compelled duel is down then.
Yes.
And I assume that wouldn't apply to the compelled duel wouldn't have applied to that attack, right? It's an area of effect.
This one is this is an area of effect spell. So
Yeah. Okay.
So she was actually shouting at you, Petro. She just happened to get everybody else.
right. Exactly.
exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Oh man!
All right. So Petro, you are. Yep.
I think I have to roll for. Actually, it's psychic damage, so never mind. Both my constructs are fine. Never mind.
Yeah. So Petro, you are incapacitated. There is no save against
Yeah.
this until her next turn. So you forfeit your turn. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
no.
Yeah, it's really shit.
Screw that.
Oh man.
Briar, you can try to wake him up. That's the thing.
Please.
What do I have to do to wake him up?
You basically spend your action waking them up. So you need to get in melee range and make sure that you help them out.
Okay, with this, she's gonna kind of dance around the shadow a little bit. She's still staying close to where she doesn't hopefully trigger an opportunity attack, so she can start moving closer to Corey and kind of just
Dancing shadows.
and when the snapping doesn't work, she's like, okay, screw this. So she uses her tail to spin.
That will break you out of that. So you are now you're not incapacitated anymore.
Corey's.
So I did also
For
look up,
Corey, yeah.
my homunculus servant is not immune to psychic damage. So do you want him to make the saving throw as well?
He's within 30 feet, so yes.
Yep. Okay, doke. Rolling. It's just a flat d20 for him, and he got 12.
12, that is not enough. He'll take 10 psychic damage and is incapacitated, which I think at this point he breaks, right?
Yeah, he basically just, like, you see, he was hovering in the air after he just shot, and he just, like, fizzes for a second, a spark goes out, and then he just falls.
Oh no!
He got yelled out of the sky. Like, that is just sad.
He only has 6 health, sadly.
Oh, Norbit.
Yep. So, yeah, thank you. That's all.
Alrighty. We have a couple of shadows. One down the street who is going to come in and is definitely going to reach. So he's going to be behind Briar. And do a natural 1 on you. So he does nothing. He gets close. He's like, that's very nice perfume. And that's his turn.
Turns out all the shadows have ADHD.
Yeah.
I think it's called.
Shiny red ball. Yeah, like-
It's eau de delirium.
The shadow that is north of Corey will realize that Corey has snapped out of it and immediately try to make use of that. He'll try to attack you for a 14.
That is not going to work.
Wonderful. Then it is your turn, Corey.
So the energy that he had blasted out initially immediately got stripped away by this scream. So he's gonna use a bonus action to blast out again. And I'm gonna roll the d8. +2, roll. And so this is gonna blast out another 8 temporary hit points, which I don't think helps Briar, but it helps me and Petro.
Oh yeah, I need that.
And then for
Briar wasn't. Yeah.
for action, so I'm holding the whistle in one hand and my shield in the other. That's how I've been not dying. So I think I don't know what your ruling would be on essentially drawing and attacking with my shocking gauntlet, shock gauntlet. So like putting away the whistle and.
Could I metagame a little bit here?
Go ahead.
So just a little bit. I'm also incapacitated on the ground next to you.
Oh, right. You're right. That's a good point.
Oh,
Just give a little tap.
You blast it.
You realize that someone is on the ground.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, he blows out, and then seeing the energy go out and enshroud Petro, he's also gonna like nudge him with his foot. He's like, "Hey, come on,
Just kick him.
we're in the middle of a battle. We're in the middle of a fight. I need your help." Yeah, you gotta kick him.
I was gonna say, okay, so that will kick you out of your incapacitation. You're back. Also, just for clarification, like for flavor, it's fine, but you're not on the ground, so you don't have to like incapacitation. Actually, have you're basically just grabbing your ears and you're just out of combat.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it does, but you're not on the ground, so
You're
you
not
don't have to use
paralyzed.
your-
Great.
Yeah, just so you.
Got
Oh.
it. Okay. Thank you.
Alrighty, and the third shadow will once again try to attack Corey. That is probably going to hit. That's a 22.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Ooh.
That is 9 points of necrotic damage, and your strength your strength gets reduced by 4 points.
Oh.
So let's go ahead and modify by -4. I'm a very tired and saggy kitty.
You looking hurt?
He's not hurt, but weak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Because of the
Top it around.
strength.
The warp wizard looks at Petro, who sort of like snaps out of it, and she gives a really wicked, toothy, yellow tooth grin at you as she reaches her hands back and reaches right into your chest.
Oh.
This looks different.
Oh.
She yep, okay. I need from you a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's not the worst option. Let me go into this character sheet and get the proper one. Charisma
forget your
saving
stone.
throw. Okay, that's gonna be. What is that? It's a 15.
It's a 15. All right. The Warp Witch actually enters your body with her hands, and her
Okay,
entire
can I use
body.
my inspiration to re-roll that? If that's a failed save,
Sure.
so I'm going to use my inspiration in this instance to
Go ahead.
re-roll, because I don't want whatever's happening right now. Oh boy, it's worse. It's a 14. Oh darn.
The Warp Witch has her hands inside of your chest, and as you see that, she comes closer, almost as if leaning in for a kiss, and she just disappears.
Oh, where'd she go?
You feel weird, Petro, almost as if there's two people inside of your body.
Ah!
Oh no!
Petro, it is your turn.
Guys,
You do not have any control over your body.
what? Huh?
As a matter of fact, you currently, even though you don't want to, feel your muscles starting to move in a direction that you do not want them to go as you lift your hammer and you try to hit Corey.
No!
Roll me an attack roll.
I don't want to. It's a 14 to hit.
Corey, who just kicked you, you swing at him and he like dodges it. Whoa, sorry, buddy, I didn't mean to hurt. Like, gosh.
Can I speak at all during this?
Absolutely. Like, you're fully mentally aware. It's just your body is just
Oh,
not under
okay.
your control.
I'm not trying to. I don't know what's happening.
All right. Other than that, you don't do anything. Unless you want to do something mentally. That you can still do. You just don't have any control of your body.
Mentally, what do you mean by that?
So talking, thinking something through, like something like that.
Gotcha.
If you have any spells that don't require any somatic components, you can still do those.
I mean, yeah. Well, no, actually, I don't.
I was gonna say you could start mentally screaming for the witch to get out of your body.
What? Okay. So here's a question. Can I target the witch right now?
You cannot. There's only
Okay.
the only thing that you can target it with. As a matter of fact, give me a religion check before I tell you this, because you're a
Okay,
paladin.
that sounds
This is
good.
something that you should have had in paladin.
The religion check is a 17.
That actually helps. Great. So you will realize you've been possessed. This is a possession going on
Okay.
right now. And you will know that possession can be removed through things like Dispel Evil and Good, or a likewise minded spell. Since you are a paladin, you would have access to potentially one of those spells.
Certainly don't
if
have
you
it
do,
ready
but-
right now, though.
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
All right.
I mean, there's nothing I can do. So
In that case, Briar.
All right, since she's currently surrounded by some shadows right now, she's going to start swinging again. This time she's going to use her hand axe first on this shadow in front of her.
Let's see what happens. Nice. That's going to hit.
Oh my god.
16.
For a 16, you do 4 points of slashing damage. That'll be a solid hit.
Cool. She's going to swing again, but she's going to use her short sword that's in her other hand.
Mm-hmm. With the 11, you unfortunately do not hit.
Dang it.
So you just slashed a
Okay.
hole through this with your axe and you poked exactly that hole.
oh no.
Okay, for now, that's going to be it for now.
Alrighty. That shadow will try to respond in kind by attacking you with an emphasis on try, because that's a 10.
Phew.
The shadow above Corey will try to attack Corey for an 8.
He's dodged backwards out of the way of the maul, so he's also misses that.
Wonderful. And then we're with Corey.
All right, so Petro, where'd the witch go?
She's inside of me. I don't know how to get her out.
I'm imagining while dodging attack stuff. Do you have any holy water or anything in your person?
Yeah, it's in my pouch.
Okay, so I'm going to blast the whistle again because well, actually, no. I'm not going to do that because right now, I don't think it's helping. Can I crawl over Petro into his pouch and like just start rattling around till I find something?
I mean, that's 100% a roll of cool question. So let's do a d20 and see what happens.
All right. Fingers crossed.
I love it. So let's see what happens.
I got a 10.
It's right on the halfway mark, and I always roll in your favor. So yeah, you totally can.
Yes. Okay,
Hey!
so as he's squirming around, I imagine he's almost moving jiltedly like the witch was, and Corey's gonna try to get into his pack and pull out the holy water.
Alrighty.
Can I also unstopper it and just over his head?
Yeah, I'll allow it in one movement. You pull it out, pull that thing. Basically, it doesn't matter where it lands as long as it lands on him, right?
I'm trying
Right.
to find my little potion bottle.
Because I knew he had done something, he had gotten some stuff from the chapel, but most of that stuff is irrelevant to Corey, so that's why he had to ask.
I love that. As a matter of fact, this works.
Oh,
Hey!
Yep, there are a couple of effects that basically do something like that. Sprinkling holy water totally counts as such.
I hope you
So
didn't
what
need
happens? The warp witch actually rips away from Petro again. Petro, you have full control over your body.
yay!
However, as a warp witch comes out, she looks decidedly more hurt. As a matter of fact, it looks like she's bleeding.
do I get an attack of opportunity as she leaves my body?
No, because she's still in range. However, as she leaves your body, you feel something stirred inside of you, and it leaves something. You actually get a level of contamination out of the delirium. So you now have one level of contamination. As far as the contamination table goes, for now, that doesn't do anything. You just have that level.
Okay. And I don't think we ever strictly ruled how much holy water I had, but I'm assuming that's all used up now, right?
Yeah, you picked 1 or 2 bottles out of that fountain, and I'd imagine because this was a very haphazard action, the bottle is empty.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
He wasn't making measurements or anything at this point.
That's kind of
That is very fair, you know?
My
3 more
inventory is
milliliters.
squared away here.
Cool. Okay,
All
so
right.
how does that look for my action, bonus action, everything?
All of that I would count under an action.
Okay. Then in that case, from a bonus action, I don't have all that much to do. I'll blow in the whistle again because every time I blow into it, so it's like every time I put up my shield, something bats it away. Put it up, bat it away. It keeps getting destroyed. So I'm gonna roll my little toot. Yes. Oh God, that's what it's called now. I accidentally did that with the +1, so 7. So I got 7 temporary hit points to everybody within 10 feet of me, who's not mean. Unless you already had more than that, in which case it didn't help.
All right. And as you do this, the shadow next to you tries to whack at you because he doesn't like you being nice to your party, apparently. And that's a 21.
Yeah, no, okay, this time he's going to turn the knob the opposite direction, hit the thing, and a wall of force pops up around, a bubble pops up around him very briefly, almost imperceptible, and it casts shield.
As a reaction. Cool.
Yeah, as a reaction. That's my last spell,
yeah.
but I was very hoping to not
You totally
do that.
can.
Oh, God. Okay.
That'll think, hit on the shield. Nothing happens with you.
He's not
All
looking
right.
so hot for strength.
Top it around. The Warp Witch will try to touch Petro. For a 14.
Does not hit.
Good. So nothing happens. And she just angrily looks at you. Petro, you have a round, finally.
Finally.
Yay!
Do stuff.
I think if you guys were to look at Petro, he, for the first time probably that you've ever seen him, he actually looks like angry. And he's looking at the witch, and he just says to her, "This is my body, and I did not give you permission to go inside of it, and that is very rude." And then he lifts his maul over his head and swings down.
Here we get
18 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Nice. All right. I'm going to roll damage. It's going to be 11 bludgeoning damage.
Awesome. Do you want to add anything?
Definitely burning a spell slot for smite here. Yeah. Screw this lady. All right. And that's going to be 8 radiant damage.
Awesome. So that is a total of 19.
Is it undead?
Does she? It
And
is
then
undead, but she is not vulnerable to the radiant damage.
If she is undead, then I get another d8.
But that is the truth. Yep.
Sweet. So that's another 3.
Wow.
So that is a total of 22, right?
I was not keeping track.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 11 radiant, 11 bludgeoning.
You give her a third eye the size of her head as it pops off.
Wow.
Amazing.
Oh.
And we
Yeah,
could have had a
that just, like-
conversation, and we tried to be nice to you, and we were going to help you because you were crying. Oh, you're dead. Okay.
Yeah, she just like breathes in for another yell. Apparently, like she's just cut short by your maul with excessive forces. Like a blink of light explodes from it as it makes contact. It's just beautiful. Cool. Anything else, Petro?
Are you guys doing okay? And then
Corey's under like an
being a
umbrella
dick.
of energy going, boss!
Oh, yeah, you
Briar
guys are
just
doing
looks like
fine.
she's barely breaking a sweat. But she does look a little bit pissed off.
Corey's terrified.
Will I provoke an attack of opportunity if I move here in between them?
Nope. You're still in the range.
I'm gonna move right there, and that will be my turn because bonus action
Absolutely.
doesn't really have anything. So
You can quite literally just walk through this guy. So like,
yeah.
Cool.
Pardon me.
As he's walking through, I'm coming for you next.
I try to walk into the shadow. I try to possess him.
It works both ways now.
I've learned something.
You are now possessed by the sacred flame.
all right, Briar, your turn.
All right, so the same shadow she's been swinging at, she is going to go ahead and first start off with her short sword. Wow.
Yeah, no, that goes wide, and you hit the
Red
ground.
one.
Natural
There's
one.
like sparks flying off of your sword as you hit the ground.
Oh.
You basically
Wow.
also tried to do a smite. It's just it didn't work.
You were so
I
impressed
tried to
with
be a
Petro's-
paladin.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll show you how later.
Okay.
Are you
She's
trying
looking
to
a little
embrace
bit.
the sacred flame? I'm proud of you.
She's looking a little bit frustrated right now, and then so instead of her short sword, she's going to swing with her hand axe again.
Let's do it.
She's not gonna hit with her hand axe
Oh my
again.
goodness,
Wow.
No.
I
You
can't
are
hit
so
anything.
unlucky today.
I can't hit anything
Rough
right
dice
now.
day. Yeah.
You had like
Some new
one hit
dice.
like this entire encounter, right? Like it's just
One.
Can we put these virtual dice in virtual jail or something? Like,
I want to put mine in jail.
We need that.
all right. The shadow once again tries to respond in kind, rolling a natural one. What is it with these natural ones today? So he
If I
claws
suck
through
at
you
my
with his
rolls-
hand. He claws through you with his hand, hits the ground, sparks fly off. He doesn't understand it either, and that's his turn.
If I suck at my rolls, you're sucking at your rolls too.
The one, I'm also just going to bring this one to the ground, might as well. The one in between Corey and Petro will, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, will attack Corey.
hey.
No, he will not attack Corey because that is a 10.
He's like scratching across the shield.
Oh, no, that's icky. All right,
And Corey's like
Corey.
terrified too. 'Cause, all right. enough of this. Puts away the whistle, pulls out his shot gauntlet, and just like you just see him flex his fingers, and arcing electricity goes across him. He's gonna grab the one directly north of him and try to shocking grasp him.
Let's go ahead.
And I got almost a crit with a 23.
Don't you? Oh no, you don't. My mind just went like, oh, did you also crit on the 19? But you do not.
I do not. That'd be nice though, if you want. All right, and
You are the DM after all, you know. But yeah, that totally hits.
max damage.
Nice.
So yeah, lightning just courses through his
that-
gauntlet. He doesn't actually grab anything, just puts his hand where the shadow is, and just electricity goes to all the portions of the shadow.
Yeah, like the shadow just like partially dissolves at this point, and like it's still there, but it's hurting real bad as it's ectoplasmic.
Right, and it can't take reactions. That's
That is true.
And I guess because it's like spazzing out a little bit, he's gonna move slightly down towards Briar, and just
Sure. The other shadow does take a reaction.
What? I was talking about the one north of me.
Yeah.
I'm still within range.
Yeah, you're still in range. Yeah, sorry. Never mind. Oh, so wait, you attacked the one north of you?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Well, let me rephrase it then, because this is even more cool. The one north of you just dissolves. It's dead.
Ooh.
Yeah, because that one didn't have very much hit points.
Hooray.
There we go.
So yeah, he's getting closer to. He's also trying to kind of see if he can recover Norbit. So from this, I guess Norbit fell straight down. He's gonna try to pick him up and like hold him for a second. Norbit. That's it.
Sure. Any revival or whatever, that's going to be more of an action, of course, as you might imagine.
He can't do anything.
Yeah, you
with
can pick him
Norbit
up.
yet. Yeah, he's just picking him up. Don't want to lose him.
Alrighty. The other shadow is still going to attack you though, because it is his turn. Which is a 15.
It's not gonna hit. I don't have anything fancy for this. It's just a hit.
All right. Sometimes it doesn't have to be fancy as long as it doesn't hit, right? Cool. Petro.
Can I ask, what are these lights over here?
Yeah, there were a couple of candles here on the map, but I ultimately decided to remove them because it didn't make sense, and I forgot to delete the light layer. So actually, I only just noticed them as well.
They're ghost lights.
Okay. All right.
Luminance.
Might have factored into my plans, since they don't exist.
Did you want to do something with them? Like, no, hang on. Like, I love creativity.
I did. Yeah. Well, I was gonna light a torch.
They're there. Go ahead.
Ooh.
Okay. I pull a torch out of my pack.
Yes.
And I run over here, and I know that'll provoke. Well, here I'm gonna ignore that. I'm gonna do this, run this direction. I know that'll provoke an attack of opportunity from this guy.
It will, but it will fail. And that'll be a 13, so you'll be fine.
Great. And I'm gonna light one of my torches on this candle here. And then I'm gonna run back. And I'm gonna hold it out toward the shadows and see if they react to the fire in any way.
They won't like it, but it doesn't have any negative effect on them as it isn't sunlight.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe that would work, but guys, I thought that was gonna work, but it's worth a shot, right?
Don't you have a globe thingy?
Oh, that's right, I do. Oh, you lent that to me,
Briar.
I was like erudite, and yeah. Anyway. You there, character that I've known for a long time now. Okay, yeah. Then I'd like to use my action to pull that globe out and see if illuminating the globe makes them cower at all.
Sure. So you will pull out the drift globe, right? That's the one we're talking about here. And as you turn that on, that drift globe actually counts as daylight. And while they don't cower away from it, all of a sudden, it looks as if the shadows are just way more corporal. Like, you can see them a lot better.
Oh.
What this effectively means is they now have disadvantage on everything they do. Saving throws.
Whoa! Cool!
Big.
Yeah. All right. Guys, I think you can see them better. So, like, just try to hit them really hard, because they're not nice. They're definitely evil. And that's my turn.
Absolutely cool.
All right.
Briar.
All right, with this, Briar's gonna put away one of her short swords, and she's gonna take a risk at it with her axe. She's
You
gonna
must hit at
this
some point,
thing.
right?
Oh!
Hey-oh!
Natural 20! There it is! Finally!
Nice.
Love it.
All right, so that is a d6. So that is a 6 plus a 6 that you rolled. That is a 12. As you
Amazing.
you attack the one to the east of you, right?
Yes.
All right. This is a MF snakes on this MF plains kind of moment where you just like finally hit this creature and you're like, I'm so done with you, and you cleave it in half, like opening curtains.
Ah,
Like,
love
it's,
it. Beautiful.
it's very dead.
All right, and upon seeing that one being cleaved in two, she's gonna have a renewed instance of inspiration. She's gonna be like, "Oh, please hit this one! Please hit this one!" She's gonna swing at the other one.
Ooh.
That's gonna hit. Yep.
Nice.
7 points of slashing damage. It hurting real bad, but it's still standing.
Yeah,
And her
great.
response to that
Oh.
is, she looks like she kind of shakes off her feeling, like kind of just shaking off her arms a little bit,
Shake it.
and she's
Shake it.
gonna
Oh, that's copyright.
take in the deep breath, and she has another action.
Ooh.
She's gonna swing again.
Whoa, all right.
Yes.
Tornado Briar.
Yep.
Or Hurricane Briar sounds better.
And that's gonna hit. Yeah, there we go. This is the Briar we know and love.
Another one.
All right. This one's on you, Morgan. What happens?
So after she swings off with her hand axe, she's in the middle of just shaking off her arms. She takes a deep breath, and she kind of twirls, almost like she's spinning, as she just kind of sideswipes at into where the kind of where the neck and the shoulder connect into the shadow, and just watches it just kind of slowly split as it falls to the ground.
I love it. The last one of the shadows perishes very much so, and it is once again quiet and empty around you, save for the three of you who have survived to live and fight another day. Well done.
Oh, thanks for letting me borrow this. It's really helpful in this instance. Here, you can have it back now. And I give her the light globe back.
You're welcome. She's gonna take it, and she's gonna turn off the light, and she's gonna put it back in her pouch. She almost looks a little bit shaken a bit.
How's everybody feeling?
Everything I have is really heavy.
Oh, that's a little strange.
You still have that like piece of wood strapped to your back.
No, I'd be on the ground.
Oh, now that you mention it, I woke up and my hammer felt really light, but now it feels like normal again.
I feel like I did yesterday, which is odd.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Can we do the chapel tomorrow? Can we go out and go
Oh.
take a nap?
Yeah, no, yeah. I think a nap might be a good idea.
All right.
But I do want to get back to the chapel at some point.
All right. Yeah, well, in 1 second. And I don't know if this will work because he's technically dead, but actually, can I cast Mending on Norbit to heal him back up? Because it works as a healing, but
Yeah.
he's dead, so okay.
Yeah, no, but like that is like semantics. Like that would
Okay,
work.
cool. Thank you.
I
I'll
could help too if you need.
he don't take I know you guys have the healing and stuff like that for peoples, but Norbit's not made of people's meat. He's made a clock meat. So I don't know if it'll work.
That may be true, but he's got a big spirit.
All right, you can try. So
I
if
think-
you want to try.
Well, yeah, I can try. And then I just kind of hold him, and I put 6 points of lay on hands into Norbit.
All right.
I like that. He's. I don't see a reason why this wouldn't work, honestly, because he is a creature and he has hit points. So
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say anywhere where he can't get healing from other places. It just says that
Nope.
mending does heal him.
And at some
Cool.
point, I did read up on like how it works with constructs and whatnot. Like if you want to play like a Warforged, a Warforged can be healed by paladins. It's the same logic. So yeah, this works.
Cool.
The logic with the Warforged is a little different, actually. It's because they're made of organic material, like wood from trees,
So-
under their armor.
Does it
anyway.
say?
Yeah.
Does it say he that it can't work on constructs? Or I mean, actually, that probably doesn't even really matter at this point.
Oh,
if
Norbit just
Barry
needed
says
a
okay.
little bit of courage, and once I kind of woke up his heart, he knew how to heal himself.
Well, thank you, Petro. I really appreciate that. And Norbit actually goes up and sort of rests on your shoulder and looks happy.
Oh, I'm so glad you're feeling better, buddy. My stomach actually kind of hurts. We should probably talk to someone about that. Anyway, who do you think this lady was, and why did she attack us?
I don't know, but I'm gonna go see if I can find out, and I'm gonna go where she was, and see if there's anything interesting in the boxes and stuff around where she was.
Give me a like how long do you spend like looking around? Just a cursory glance, or do you actually take a little time?
I'm gonna spend 5 to 10 minutes
Sure, give me an investigation check.
if my team won't leave me. I got a 12.
All right. So looking around, the boxes and whatnot over here are empty, and beyond, like there's like a horse's carcass not too far from here, but that doesn't seem like that there's any correlation between where she was and why she was crying. As a matter of fact, looking around, you don't really see any logic as to why she was crying here in the first place. It was either a ruse or maybe something has happened here before that you can't find any trace of. It's hard to tell at this point. However, with your 12, I will allow you to spot something else, which is on the other side of the market. As you are looking around here and you look to the other side, you notice that there are a couple of crates over there as well, upon two of which you notice 2 glass bottles. It seems to contain a liquid.
Yoink.
They seem the bottles seem relatively ordinary. One has a peculiar red liquid in there, which I think you will be able at this point to assess that is a potion of healing, 100%.
Before anyone drinks it, he's gonna examine it a bit closer at a campfire.
All right. So for now, you can just like take it with you, but like it's supposedly a potion of healing. For the other one, you're not proficient in alchemy, are you?
No.
Okay. It looks like a bluish potion, and looking at it, there are a couple of bubbles in there that are rising up, and whenever they touch the side of the glass, they sort of stick to the side of the glass before they release again and bubble up. It looks peculiar, and I don't think you've seen a potion like this before.
I can check this out when we have a chance to take a look at it. And he's just gonna hold both of them and go back to his friends.
Sure.
Well, got a couple of things to check out once we get to somewhere safe, but for now we probably don't want to be messing with them.
Oh, blue flavor. I've never tried that one before.
We're gonna make sure it's not poison before you try it, okay?
Oh, that's
That'd be an
a really
interesting
good
way to figure
idea.
out if it's poison. Yeah, we'll do it next time.
I'd also like to, when the shadows fell, did they leave anything behind? Like, or are they just completely incorporeal?
They're completely incorporeal and did not carry anything with them. For the Warp Witch, it's kind of the same. What she left behind is basically the cloth that she was wearing, if you can call it that. And there's still somewhat of a shimmer going on with that. It just looks like, even if this was a person back in the day, this person has been so horribly mutated by the effects of the haze and of the meteor that this person almost existed between worlds is what you can see at a cursory glance. Like this, just it looks otherworldly almost. And I can imagine you, Petro. Like I'll leave it up to you, but you might just feel sorry for her for whatever befell this lady when she still was a lady.
I think now that the battle is over, he's like, "I'm sorry I got mad at you. You were just being so mean to us. But I hope that your spirit is more free now." And I think the first thing I do actually is I burn her clothes where they lie on the ground. So I take the torch that I lit earlier and I let them burn. And then over that, I don't have any holy water left. Okay. And then I just say a prayer. I just say a prayer over that.
I do like that. That is like that's very kind of you.
And okay, guys. What's our plan? Are we gonna go to the chapel today, or should we go take a nap first?
I think we should just cut for the forest for now.
Okay.
I think I agree with taking a nap, and if they're not closely looking at her, she's
That's
kind
a bit
of.
too
What I mean is, like,
Lava
she
out of
looks like
nowhere.
she's kind of holding onto her wrist, almost like she's trying to keep herself from shaking.
Briar, are you okay? Do you need some healing?
No, I'm fine. I just want to get out of here.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, we can get out of here. Are you okay to walk?
I'm fine to walk.
Okay, because I can give you a piggyback ride if you want.
Oh, I think I can walk just fine.
Okay. Do we want to go back the way we came, or do we want to find a shorter way into the forest?
I think if we go straight east, we should be on our way out of the city at this point, or a little bit
Okay,
southeast. And Norbit goes up and just grabs onto your shoulders and takes that piggyback ride.
Sure.
Okay, man.
All right. With that happening, you guys are, you're basically where you are right now. How are you going to move on to Emberwood Village from here? Are you going to move into the forest and then to Emberwood?
I think we're gonna try to, like, it's pretty late afternoon, I imagine, right now, because it was midday.
Yeah, it's afternoon. Yeah, like it's going to be like 3-ish.
All right. I got a couple of things that I really want to figure out what they are. You guys okay with taking an extended hiatus for the night?
Oh, if we can find a good tree, then maybe we can find a good campsite.
Sure. We'll get you a nice talking companion. Briar, how you holding up?
Just not too big a fan of those kinds of beings. Just say that.
Yeah.
Oh, I can certainly see why.
Yeah. I still don't feel so good. I'm still pretty tired. So I think I got a couple of things. I also got this, and he holds up the dried out now spell scroll that was waterlogged earlier, and a couple of other things. I think I can figure out what they are if I have a little bit of time to work with them. You guys okay with us taking a little break, and maybe we can hunt a little bit, find a little bit of food, and restock our rations? You guys okay taking the night?
I
That's fine.
don't think we're gonna scavenge much food. There's not a lot growing, but we can certainly take a break.
Maybe we'll find some acorns, Petro.
Oh, that's true, actually.
All right, so as we move away from the city, do we notice the haze get more or less impactful?
Not really. No, not really. The mist really permeates like around the city, like in a 2-mile radius. So unless you're going to travel for 2 miles out, you will still be within the haze.
Okay.
Yeah, mind you, like unless you're going to like sleep, a short rest is like that is nothing more than just eating something, bandaging yourself up, and whatnot. The haze supposedly isn't preventing any of that. It really is the sleeping and recovering part that is going to be impacted because of like prolonged exposure. That 1 hour, if you want to take a short rest, should work.
How long until daylight? Or sorry, until the sun sets?
Like an hour 4 to 5.
Yeah, then we probably want to keep moving as we got the light.
Maybe we can just go straight to Emberwood Village.
Yeah, it's a
We might
long
be able to
way.
make it.
Based on where we are, would we be able to guess about how long it would take if we're walking at a reasonable pace? We're not running, but we're not slow either.
If you're not taking a break, you'll reach Emberwood just before nightfall. If you do take a break, you'll reach him at nightfall.
I think we ought to do the chapel next time, Petro. We can come back.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but I think we got to get somewhere safe for now.
I agree.
All right, let's be a little bit more cautious as we go along the. Let's stay a little bit off the road if that's. Do you think we can still make it if we stay like one or two
Alleyways and
house
stuff.
lengths away from the? Yeah.
Yeah. Like you've had your fair share of a random encounter right now, and like I technically have to look for it every hour that you travel. But like once you've had one, I'm going to be a little bit more lenient. So yeah.
All right, let's we're off to see the village, the wonderful village of Ember.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Corey's gonna
Right.
also climb up and see if he can get that piggyback ride because he's really weak right
Oh
now.
yeah, I got you, buddy.
Oh,
He's like
That's sweet.
all of his bags and everything are just weighing him down. Never realized how much these lockpicks weighed.
oh.
All right. So traveling to Emberwood Village, you will reach that by nightfall. So it is starting to get a little dark. Some lights have already been lit up, but you do make it to the village. The haze is all but dissipated over here because, well, you know, the Emberwood Village is still outside of that radius. Yeah, you are, for lack of a better word, safe here. It seems.
Yeah, and as we're walking, I illuminate the. Oh, you have it back now. Oh, Briar, could you light your little floating orb thing?
Yes, I can. And she's after the walk. She kind of seems a little bit more relaxed now. Now that they're away from all the little ghosts and everything, she seems a little bit more relaxed now. And as she just reaches into her pack, she pulls out the little orb, speaks his name, and then just watches as the little light just lifts and hovers around them.
Is there a particular color that you want? Because the drift orb can take any color you want.
Blue.
Blue. In that case, you have a blue light around you.
Yes.
Love it.
Oh,
Dabba dee dabba die.
should we get something to eat, or do we just want to go straight home and just sleep?
I think I could do with a hot meal.
I would love a hot meal.
You guys want to go see if Frida's got anything on tap with the Skull and Sword?
I'll be honest, I don't really care about the temperature at this point. I'm just hungry.
Yeah, they probably have potatoes over there, Petro.
Oh, potatoes.
Yeah, let's go see if we can get something.
So the Skull and Sword seems to still be open, as it should be. These are usually prime time hours for the bar. As you enter the Skull and Sword, it is surprisingly empty there right now. You do see Frida currently tending bar. But beyond her and her husband... sorry, Petro, I'm moving you for a second because I needed the token. Beyond her and her husband, you see the odd patron in here, but it is all but quiet. Last time you were here, there was like a whole detachment of the Queen of Thieves. They don't seem to be here right now. But Frida will give you a friendly smile as you enter. Rough day on the road?
Something like that.
Come on in. Same old, same old. They moved back into the city, so it's quiet here again.
And drop into a booth and just like put all my stuff on the table and just flop back.
Frida walks over and she says, "Hey, I'd be happy to take your order. Also, Corey, I don't mean to pry. It's not my work, but you were, and I don't want to know the details because please don't burden me with it, but you were running an errand for Blackjack from Mel?"
Yeah, I was working with him. How's What's up?
Don't want to know the details. Mel just told me that if you're done, you want to meet up with him, you can come on over to Buckle Down Row. You still know where that is?
Yeah, it's over a little bit north of the spokes.
Yeah. Just be careful when you go there. There's been a lot of activity in town lately. And with all those weird pilgrims moving in, it seems that there's just good pickings for all of the bandits. They're all on edge and, well, you know how it is. Just be careful. What can I get you guys?
Well, what's going on with those pilgrims? I've seen a couple of them recently. I haven't really heard much of what's happening. They seem like I don't know. They seem like they're with the Silver Order or something, right? Are they all doing the same thing?
No, it's different. I'm not exactly sure, but they're not with the paladins. It's different. It's religious. I can tell you that. Like they're zealous, and I've seen a couple of groups. They're actually over at the farm. She points like towards one of the walls of the Skull and Sword, roughly indicating the southern region of Emberwood. She says, "You know where Hendrick's farm used to be? That farm. There's currently a couple of tents over there. One of the areas where people that flock towards Drakkenheim end up when they want to follow this group. Then one of their leaders then takes them into the city. You know what bothers me? They seem like normal people, like just, you know, lumberers and miners and well, just families. And they go into Drakkenheim, and well, you have weapons with you." And she points at like your various equipment items. You have weapons with you. You have armor on you. You make sure that you live to fight another day. These people, they go in wearing robes and simple clothing, nothing more. Maybe they have an odd dagger stashed away. I hope at least, but they go in there as if they're just traveling into the city as it were 15 years ago. I fear for these people, and they're just easy pickings for bandits armed to the teeth. It's something religious, but it's not as armored as what the paladins do.
Do they have any other markings on their robes?
Not really, but I did notice one thing. Most of them are wearing some sort of a necklace, and it seems to be carrying one of those strange stones that come from Drakkenheim. The God, what is it called? Like,
They wear delirium.
Yeah, I mean that's what it looks like. It's that purplish kind of crystal, you know.
Petro, aren't they they don't like it over at the camp, right? The Camp Dawn.
Oh no, the Silver Order, they don't like delirium. In fact, they're trying to destroy it all. But it just does kind of remind me of, remember that guy that we met at the Time Loop Inn? And he was upstairs and he said that he was part of a faction like that.
Yeah, Frida, what do you know about the Black Ivory?
The Black Ivory. You see her, like her eyes just light up as you say that. Oh, that brings me back. You know, I did my first internship over there. It was a good place. Back in the day, it was one of the highlights outside of the, the area around Buckle Down Row, Theatre District. You know, those were the places you wanted to go for a good drink or a good night out on the town. But there were a couple of places that if you knew where to go, you'd had a wonderful time. The Black Ivory Inn was one of those. It was just outside of Buckle Down Row, you know, like on the other side of the river. So it should have a lot less clientele. But oh gosh, was it busy over there all the time. Good place. It was run by Mike.
Yeah, Open Mike.
Mike Connolly. Open Mike. He also founded the Guild at Lily, right here in town. So that's still around. I believe the Black Ivory Inn has been all but destroyed. Why do you ask? Did you pass by it?
Yeah, we passed by there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it probably isn't there anymore. I imagine that everyone who was there perished as the meteor hit. Such a tragedy.
Yeah. Nothing left. Well,
what can I get you?
I think I lost my appetite.
You get some potatoes for the big guy.
If she gives you like a little nudge, Petro, she says like, "Oh, come on, big guy like you, I'm pretty sure you can eat."
A lot. Yeah, let's get him an order of potatoes, and I'll have the usual with some meat, and I got one tab for us.
I'll whip something up. You go and sit over here. And she walks back into the kitchen area.
Yeah, Petro, we gotta, don't dwell on it. Eat what you can, keep up your strength. Right.
For her, I mean, it was like a real place. She had an internship there, and she knew the owner, and I was like, those people had like whole lives.
Yeah, it was a real place. It ain't anymore.
No, I guess it's not.
Right, you gonna have anything?
I'll eat lots of alcohol, though.
Yeah. All right,
So
I'm buying.
Why? I mean, I know that ghosts and undead, scary things, and witches are scary, but I mean, I've never seen you like that, Briar. Where your arm was twitching, and you seemed really scared, and I always think of you as so brave.
Well, I try and be. It's, well, given my upbringing, I essentially had to show no fear. Even with the things that really terrified me, which... spiritual beings, yes, they terrify me the most. Especially when part of said training would be, inducing fear as punishment.
No, that sounds awful.
It was.
Well,
I mean, you handled it
I
real
hope-
nice. You chopped it up. You chopped up that shadow guy. Real good.
That's true.
Actually, I think you got both of them at the end. You saved me. I was oh, there was so many of them. There was the 3 shadows and the creepy witch thing that went into Petro. Petro, you had a witch inside of you.
Oh yeah, but I got her out.
How do you
got her
feel?
out, or someone got her out. Oh, I mean, I feel a little sick.
He's gonna come up and he's just like look closely into your eye and look at your ear. And are there any signs of anything that looks delirium-y, contaminate?
Give me a medicine check.
Oh, God.
Delirium-y.
Delirium-y.
Delirium-y. I got a 9.
So Petro's got a couple of big eyes because he's a big guy. And he's got a couple of big ears because he's a big guy. They look decidedly furbolg. You wouldn't know. You're not a doctor. But you assess that this is what furbolgs look like. Which makes sense as he is a furbolg.
You look totally
don't know if
fine.
there's
Nothing's
anything
wrong.
off.
Well, I think I should probably go to the chapel at some point.
Yeah, probably get it checked out at least.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what that witch was carrying. You should probably, oh God, you should probably get checked. Sorry.
It's the,
Call
it's,
everyone
it's,
else.
it's the responsible thing to do, to be honest.
It is. Anyway.
Gotta be safe.
Better safe than sorry. I didn't even see any protection on that witch. Anyway.
Oh man, I'm not touching that.
Yeah, okay.
No, you already did. That's the problem.
Let's take this opportunity to teach people about consent. If you are a spectral witch and you are tempted to go inside someone and possess their body and make them attack their friends, just be sure that you ask first. That's really all that you need to do. And a verbal yes is what we're really looking for.
The more you know. And a yes after they've been possessed doesn't count.
That's right. And if you're a vampire and you want to go into someone's home, be sure to ask them for permission first. They have to invite you in. Really, that's consent.
Don't be a jock. Just knock. Sorry. Okay.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. PSA
How's that new house of you guys doing?
Yeah.
We have a lot to check on in Emberwood, actually.
So yeah,
Yes.
while we're eating, can I use a ritual spell to cast identify and identify the 2 bottles of potions that I have, the 1 waterlogged scroll, and I think it's 10 minutes each. And
yeah, I mean you can. Like while you're eating, that is
Yeah.
just like sure, as in pastime. So you can confirm that the potion of healing that you found is indeed a potion of healing. The other potion, where you saw these bubbles basically clinging to the side of the bottle, seems to be a potion of climbing.
oh,
Yes,
Ooh.
which for those of you that don't know, when you imbibe that, you will gain a climbing speed for an hour akin to your movement speed. So
Amazing.
your hands and feet get a little bit more webby, sticky, and you can just go up walls.
so
It's
I
Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's very icky. It probably tastes very syrupy and sugary. You know, that's why you can stick to walls.
put them
It's
on
actually one of the
table.
nicer potions in D&D.
I'll let you guys know. Whoever wants to climb, this one actually can make it so that you can climb straight up walls with no issues. And this one just heals you, but yeah, it's probably useful.
As for the scroll, as you start to unravel the text that is there, there is this profound sense of dread that befalls you as you start to realize what this spell scroll is. It is most definitely something creepy, but potentially useful. You will learn that this is a spell scroll of Speak with Dead.
Okay, is that a first level spell?
If memory serves, yes.
All right, so I'm adding.
But let me check for you.
I think I can only add spell scroll of first level. Anyway, I'll figure it
Oh,
out.
it's a 3rd level even. Wow, I was way
Oh,
off.
geez.
It's 3rd level. You don't necessarily have to add it as an actual item. Feel free to just like note it in the comments of the item. As you know, when you have it, you can use it. So you are allowed to use this even though you don't have access to 3rd level spells just yet.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome.
This one might come in handy. So yeah, Petro, how you doing with climbing over there? Can you climb
Well,
good?
I mean, I'm pretty tall, so I don't really need to climb that often.
What if you were trying to climb a wall, like a really large wall, like a 30, 60-foot wall?
Oh. Actually, yeah, I could see that being really handy.
Might need to hang on to this.
You remember that time that we were going through the forest and we saw the castle?
I do.
There was a big wall going up to it. If we ever needed to get in the castle, maybe we could use this.
Not a bad idea, Petro. And I mean, you're probably strong enough to carry both of us.
Oh God.
I suppose.
Oh no.
I'm getting flashbacks to the Cliffs of Insanity.
The Cliffs of Insanity! Yeah, that's where my mind was too.
Oh
Look, this hulking 10-foot tall furball is like rushing up a wall. That's scary.
Andre the Furbolg.
Inconceivable.
I do not think that word means how you think it means. Cool. And yeah, I think the potion of healing Briar should have it just in case.
Alrighty. As you enjoy your meal for the rest of the time that you are here at the Skull and Sword, I would suggest we take a quick break for like 5 or 10 minutes and then get back.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good. For those of you that are currently live watching us, thank you, of course. We will be right back in about 5 to 10 minutes. But please do stick around because we have really cool stuff to look at during our break, including a link to the merch store. You should check it out. It's cool. We'll see you in a bit. And we are back from our break. Before our break, the players ran, they ran across the river, first off. Outside of Drakkenheim, they decided to build a raft to get over the river to the other side and then travel back towards Drakkenheim. They took the outskirts of the city to travel quickly, but unfortunately ran into an interesting market street that turned out to be the scenario of a grand battle that you've just witnessed between them and Shadows and a Warp Witch, but you have succeeded in defeating them. Didn't get through unscathed, but you managed to survive anyways, and that's what counts. You moved on to Drakkenheim, not to Drakkenheim, to Emberwood Village, where you are right now. You were just sitting down for dinner. And you've, I imagine, just finished your dinner. So what is up next on the menu?
All right, Frida. I'm gonna give her a little extra just for being a constant awesome person. How much roundabouts is dinner?
Just make it 3 gold, Corey.
All right, here you go. He's gonna give her 5. You know
how to take care of those around you. I do appreciate that. Listen, Corey, I know I said this before, and I know you're not probably going to listen to it, but that blackjack guy that sits here every once in a while, I can't tell him to not come here, and I can't, I don't know if I want to, because he brings good coin in. But he does run with weird people. He does run with dangerous people. Just be careful, okay?
Yeah. No, and I appreciate you looking out there, Frida, but it's a dangerous city, and sometimes you gotta have dangerous friends.
Like me.
I guess.
Like Petro.
Sure you are a big guy.
He actually...
very dangerous.
We had a very interesting encounter with some creepy things in the city earlier, and this guy, he blew one of them away.
Did you know?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
yeah.
She actually...
Sometimes... It's pretty rare, but sometimes if I get really, really angry, the Sacred Flame kind of helps me out, and it helps me to, I don't really know what the word is for it, but I'm definitely not smitten with them.
Well, judging from the size of you and the way that you protect those that are around you, I'm not surprised that one of the big guys up there takes an interest in you. Good to see that you use it for good.
It's not so much that there's a big guy, but I appreciate the thought. I understand what you mean.
Well, good luck out there. If you want to talk to those roped people, they're on the Hendricks farm, but they're a little scary. So, don't hang around there too long. I don't want you to see you guys converted and walking into Drakkenheim, following your newfound faith.
Don't worry about it. I appreciate it. I appreciate the heads up.
For sure. Good luck.
Now that I've got a full belly, I think I at some point need to go find out why I still feel sick after the spooky thing swam into my heart.
All right, Petro, why don't you go do what you got to do over there? I imagine you want to see the people that trained you and stuff, right?
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah,
they'll probably know what to do.
Why don't you head off over there? I'm not really keen on checking them out right now. Brian, you want to go check out the Red Lion? See if our friend's still there?
Sure.
I think we're gonna split the party.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Aren't I glad with that? So let's start with Petro. You approach the Chapel of Saint Ardena. The chapel is still open, as it is always, of course. The fire is still burning inside. If you look inside the chapel, you only see the Flamekeeper Hana is currently there. Otherwise, you are the only visitor.
I approach her.
Flame be with you, brother. How are you?
Oh, Flame be with you. It's good to see you, Flamekeeper Hannah. It's been a while.
It has been. Have you been to the city?
I unfortunately have. It's very scary in there.
I agree. It's one of the reasons why I prefer to stay here. Luckily, there is work to be done here as well, so... Anyways.
Oh, speaking of that, I had a question. This big, scary, spooky, floaty thing that screamed a lot swam into my chest area, and I think I got possessed, at least for a little while. Fortunately, my friends were there, and using the holy water, we were able to get it out. But I still feel kind of funny, and I was wondering, do you know how to fix that, or is that something I would have to find from someone else in the Silver Order?
So as you tell this story, you can see her just being like wide-eyed and looking at you like, the what just happened to you? And as you finish, she says, "So you've been possessed by a ghost?"
That's a much more succinct way of putting it. Thank you.
Okay, that's something.
Oh, I got
would.
out. To be clear, I'm not a ghost
Oh.
talking to you right now.
Good. That's a lot better. That is still something that needs to be looked at, I imagine. Unfortunately, this is a little bit above my skills. I'm trained in the preventative measures, not necessarily the treating measures. You would need to have a high flame keeper for that.
Oh. Okay. Well, in the meantime, I mean, you say prevention. What can I do, maybe to prevent if I come across another spooky floaty?
Well, if you notice that they are about to possess you, there's always indications that they're going to try. They basically try to like enter your body. We do have certain rituals and certain incantations that will help you prevent that from happening. Basically, calling upon the power of the flame to safeguard your body against such invasions.
That would be great because I don't think they know what consent is.
It must seem so, yes. If you want, I can show you how this works.
Oh, that would be extremely useful. I give you consent to show me how this works.
Gee. Great. Let's get to it.
New title for this next episode is
Cracking myself up. Here.
A lesson in consent.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Dungeons of Consent. Don't call it Dungeons of Consent. Like, we'll draw on a lot of yours, but like. All right, so that'll take, I don't know, like say an hour, but Flamekeeper Hannah will show you / teach you how to make use of a bread and butter spell of Paladins, which is the Protection from Good and Evil spell, which indeed will help you safeguard against possession, but it will also actually drive out any possessive forces if it so happens to get a hold of you. So it is preventative, but it also actually helps if you're already being possessed, as long as you still have the willpower, etc., to cast the spell.
Right. Oh, that's gonna be extremely useful. I unfortunately though I ran out of holy water. Could I refill here?
We don't have a lot, but I can have a look. So she will have a look if there is any holy water that they have left to spare. Yeah, sure. She will give you one bottle.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm gonna put it to good use in Drakkenheim. I promise.
Good. Do note this isn't water; it's oil. It does hold the same capabilities, but because of the sacred flame, and we use oil most times.
Oh, I did have to drink a little bit of it to get the witch out, but that's good to know. Okay. I won't cook with it.
Good. That's good, Petro.
I think that's it. But I've found some gold in my travels, and I want to give back to the Silver Order. So I will make a generous tithe on my way out.
That is always very welcome, and it will go to those people that need it the most. You can leave it in the alms box, please.
Oh, thank you, Hannah, and blame be with you.
Blame be with you, brother. She turns around, decidedly not looking at the alms box as you put something in there or not.
I will put 10 gold in there.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think that Petro kind of feels like he owes these people everything, so.
I think as your first couple of coins drop into the alms box, like you'll hear the sound of metal on wood, signaling that there isn't anything in there. Like only after that you'll start to hear metal on metal. So not only is it much, but it's probably also like the first donation that they've had in a little while.
Since Corey stole.
Yeah, right,
I didn't
that's
want
right.
to say
I
it.
forgot about that.
All right, Petra, anything else?
I think that's it for this place. Yeah.
Alrighty, then we're gonna go over to Briar and Corey. You walk up to the Red Lion Hotel, which is this stately, beautiful mansion. Like it looks almost out of place in Emberwood Village. There's a couple of houses that like have the same sort of grandeur, but this one is definitely the biggest of all of them. Like it is a hotel for a reason. It looks absolutely stunning from the outside, and you remember it does even so on the inside. What do you do?
I think we were gonna look for River.
All right, Ergo, you're gonna go inside.
Yes.
Oh, Brian, you
Right.
said that she had this. Like she, what? How did she get it to you? Like, was it a message, or how did you get it?
It was a letter. She was actually the messenger that I was supposed to find. But I don't know who gave her that letter.
That's probably something to ask her.
As you walk into the Red Lion Hotel, there is a rather sizable check-in area. There's a desk made of marble, behind which the owner Costa is currently sitting, and she is writing in a ledger. And she looks up from her writing position towards the two of you entering, and she has a look on her face that shows both an attempted hospitality as well as a disdain for the fact that you don't look like the type of people that have a lot of money. Hello, welcome to the Red Lion Hotel. How can I help you?
Is River around?
I'm not sure if I'm at liberty to share that with you. Any private citizens that rent a room are entitled to some privacy, so whether they are or are not around, I don't think I can tell you.
Would you be a dear and go fetch her and let her know that we're here, because she knows we're coming. So run along.
Excuse me, Corey, was it?
Yeah.
You don't currently rent an establishment's room or anything with the Red Lion Hotel?
No, but I got business with one of your clients. Would you like me to tell them that you were declining to let their business partners through?
You know what? She says as she like leans over the table a little bit. Like to see you try.
All right. Come along, Brian. Gonna go
One
outside.
moment. Just before Corey leaves, Briar's gonna pull out her signet ring, and she's gonna show it to Costa, and she's just gonna be like, "Please, I need to speak with her." And she's gonna show off her family's crest.
Honestly, make me an intimidation check.
Ooh.
What intimidation?
Yeah.
It's your family's crest.
Oh, okay. I mean, she's not being intimidating about it, but just kind of. But
No, but that's your family's crest.
That is true. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Got a 10.
Pick that off a corpse, did you? That's worth a pretty penny. There's people that fear that iconography, but yeah. I'll let my clients know when they are here that there's apparently two. How would I call you? Well,
Ruffians.
There's people looking for them. Yes, that's a good word. Ruffians looking for her.
Yeah.
I would
If
leave
she's
him
around,
with
of
the
course.
ruffian.
Yeah, we'll ask them if they got word from the serving wench out here, if they heard from us.
Now we're on along now.
And walk out with
Just
her.
let her know that Briar Aurelia is looking for her.
Sure.
Thank you.
Dude,
As you turn around,
okay.
you see that walking toward the hotel is none other than the person that you were looking for. River approaches the Red Lion Hotel. Only this time, she's not alone. Traveling next to her is a person that, by all accounts, looks very stately. He's wearing the purple robes of the Amethyst Academy. But, and I think at this point, I think Corey knows that the rings on people like this, that they signify rank. I think, Briar, you might know as well. The amount of rings that the people of the Amethyst Academy wear signify how much of a position you hold within the Academy. The more rings you have, the higher your power. Now, River has a total of 5 rings, which is pretty high, but also still, she still has a route to go. The person next to her has both of his hands completely filled. 10 rings in total. He's sporting a beautiful wooden staff tipped with a bit of delirium at the top. As you look at him, his eyes almost seem to glow in a soft amber light. And as they approach, River obviously recognizes the two of you. The gentleman next to her does not, but instead just chooses to be quiet for now and look at the conversation that is unfolding. As River looks at the two of you, she says, "Hey, you guys booking a room here?"
Actually, we were looking for you.
Me? Oh, I'm so flattered. What do you need me for?
Step back and let Briar talk.
Well, I have made some recent discoveries as of late. That letter that was given to you. Do you happen to know who that was?
Who gave me the letter?
Yes.
No, I don't. It was just given to me, and I just have to deliver it to you.
Accept things from strangers? That seems unwise.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Well, you hear a voice behind her. Sometimes we do have to do what we have to do. And sometimes we do not wish to share instead of not knowing what the answer is. Is that right, River? And River kind of sheepishly laughs at you. What River means to say is that the letter that was given to her was penned by someone that she could have found out if she were to open your letter. But because River is an honest person, she has not. But she knows that this letter was of great importance. And the reason she knows that is because I have told her. I've heard a lot about the two of you. My name is Eldri Runeweaver. I am one of the professors at the Amethyst Academy. You've already met River. She is my understudy. We're conducting some research in Drakkenheim. How are your dealings with the city?
Quite an adventure. I will say that.
Did you ever decide on entries, applicants? Did you ever decline applications into Amethyst Academy, or was that not your job?
Nobody decides on applications. The applicant decides on applications. If you possess the divine spark, let's call it that, you will find a place amongst our ranks, and we will teach you, we will train you, we will help you hone your newfound powers into something constructive. But it's always in the hand of he or she who tries to apply.
Your loss. Well, we've been doing some really great things in the city. We've been making waves. You know, we've been up to a chapel. We've even been, I don't know. Actually, seems like a need to know basis. So I don't know if you guys need to know. We don't need to tell them that we've made it into the city. You know, we don't need to tell them that, you know, we've found ways around the dangers. You know, like some people like these, they just sit in their towers. They sit in their libraries and their stuff. You don't actually get their hands dirty. You know, some people are out there, you know, doing the actual dirty work, learning things, you know, getting information, checking out the executioner.
Oh boy.
I'm sensing a certain discontent with you.
What? No,
Sorry,
it's just, you know, you guys, you know, your industry, your organization wouldn't know natural talent if it bit it in the face. But I'm just, you know, just throwing it out there that, you know, not always do you have to have this divine spark in order to twist the magical fibers to your own whims.
If it eases your mind, your zest is something that I would have gladly welcomed in my classroom.
I'm perfectly.
But as you said, I am indeed not the one responsible for the acquisition of new students. I'm there simply to offer my skills in order to help hone yours. And indeed, I think it is my loss. So, I heard from River that you have run into some delirium. What did you think of it?
I mean, if you, you know, talk openly as scientists and scholars, pretty powerful. It's got a lot of potential. Been able to pull a lot of energy out of it for some experiments I've been running.
Experiments?
Yeah, you know, this and that. Nothing as fancy as you guys got running at the academy, I imagine.
Maybe not as fancy, but it sounds as something different, perhaps, than we are doing. If you're willing to compare notes?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like collaborate, like, yeah, why not? I'd love to get a look at some of the information you guys have learned, and yeah, sure, I can share some of the, you know, things I picked up. Yeah, and Norbit's gonna sort of like hover over on my shoulder and then plop down.
Oh, that is most peculiar. I love inventions that are not just purely magic, but also use a bit of the physical world. Intriguing. Well, if you and Miss Briar, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Both of you are interested in helping the Academy out a little bit more. Our rewards can be more than just magical trinkets and gold. I foresee that we might be of use for one another.
You had me at magical trinkets, my friend.
All right, River, you know what we've talked about earlier. Share it with them. For you two, I am tired after a day's travel. I'd like to retire to my hotel room. I hope that we will talk again at some point. For now, Have a wonderful day. And as he says that, he walks into the hotel. And River stares at the two of you. Okay, so that means that Eldrick likes you. That's a good thing. You can do things for the Academy. That's a good thing.
What's not to like?
You notice that she glances over that question. So, the Academy could use your services, and you will be rewarded handsomely for it. It's potentially dangerous, but it might be interesting for you in more ways than one, Corey.
Oh, I'll have to confer with my associates, obviously.
I understand. In the city, you've noticed that the Delirium crystals and the haze and everything else pose a serious threat to anyone who comes there. And unfortunately, that hampers our research abilities. We want to know more about Delirium. We want to know more about the haze. But in order to do so to the fullest extent, we need to be in the city. And that comes with a couple of drawbacks. Other than the dangers of creatures of unspeakable nature trying to accost us constantly, there's of course the very real threat of the thing we're trying to have a look at in the first place. We need to find a way to combat that, to safeguard ourselves from the immediate effects of the haze and of delirium. Now, word has it that there's actually someone living inside Drakkenheim right now who has done extensive research on this topic. He's a bit of a rogue character. He broke with the Academy a very long time ago because his work ethic is not exactly what we would like to see in someone doing research, if you catch my drift. But he's no fool. Apparently he has holed himself up in a location on the outskirts of Drakkenheim and has been doing research for the last 15 years into the effects of the meteor and everything that comes from it. Apparently, he's gotten pretty far already, but he doesn't want to share it with us. But we don't take no for an answer. We need that research. We'd like you to get it for us.
So, what are we talking by way of research? Are we talking like just get in there, learn what I know, or are we talking samples?
Anything you can get your hands on. We're not exactly sure what happens in that place of his. If he has samples, I say take it with you. If he has research notes, by all means, make copies of it. Find any way that you can take it with you. Steal the originals. I don't care as long as we can get our hands on it. If everything else fails, there is a backup plan, but I'd rather we just let him continue on his path. But if everything else fails, his brain will still be of use for us to extract the research notes out of. But I'd prefer just getting the papers.
You guys can actually do that?
That's our concern.
Interesting. So one of my possible options here would be to, negotiate with him, like, scientist to scientist kind of deal. Would the Academy be willing to put forth a stipend for which to perform negotiations in a proper manner?
Well, it depends on how you want to do this. The man is all but done with the Academy, and he's not willing to work with us under any circumstance, so I don't know what you're...
I don't necessarily need to bring up the Academy. Like, maybe I'm just a scientist who's working out of Emberwood Village and would like to perform a collaboration.
That might work. I've heard that he has taken a couple of apprentices to sort of like understudies that are working with him, so he is open to collaboration, it seems. I think it comes down to how you bring it, so I'll leave that up to you. You've done things like this before. Maybe you can pull it off again.
I'll talk about. Yeah, I mean, like, if I need to grease a few wheels What kind of is there any way I can get some of the payment up front? I mean, you know I'm good for it. You've seen my
It makes sense. Know that it doesn't increase your total payout. If you're going to use it, that is on you. But sure. And she reaches into her jacket and she hands you 200 gold. That's what we can spare for now. You get the other 800 when you're done.
best poker face ever. Of course. Now this is a little less than what I would normally negotiate with, but I can make it work. I'm pretty good at this.
Don't react too surprised, Corey. The Amethyst Academy might not be the most exotic location of everything out here, and we might be some dull scientists just trying to uncover the truth, but we have the resources to do it.
And you got
Money
some great toys.
And that too. Continue to work for us, and we'll be seeing that this might increase in more ways than one. Magic items, whatnot, all at your disposal. You can prove us to be a valuable ally, and our stores are open to all of you. But this one is important. This research might help us actually dive deeper into the city, especially the thicker haze. If we have something to combat that, that can pivot the 15 years of research we've been doing right now. And we might actually have a chance of understanding what really is happening in the inner city.
Yeah, if we could get in there, we might even be able to see how the haze interacts with the constructs of the city and get a better understanding of how potentially to recreate them. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't know much about constructs. It's not my field of expertise, but I can imagine that might be an interesting field. Yes.
It's very complicated. Don't worry about it.
No, I won't.
And yes, we will. Okay. We will work with you as as it suits us.
Good. Do you have a map on you?
Sure. I think I have a roughly drawn map that I did. Do I have a map? I don't think
you have a roughly drawn map.
Okay.
Yeah, you have roughly.
Yeah, and I've been adding. Oh yeah, because I added the there's a building, and I actually point to where it is on the roughly drawn map. There's a building here that's entirely made out of glass. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I keep saying on this map, we should go to the visitors kiosk to get an actual tourist map, but you
get one.
So on this crudely drawn map, you will get an indication of river from river, where you need to go, and you notice that it is actually pretty close to Ackerman Mill, on that side of the city. So in between Ackerman Mill and the castle, more or less. As she points this out, she says, "This is the area of the outskirts of Drakkenheim where the richer people lived. The really rich people lived on the inside of the city, near the bridges. But there were a lot of mansions built on the outskirts near the castle because that was still prime real estate. It seems that he has taken up residence in one of these mansions up there."
All right, interesting. Well, we'll go check it out. We do have to head by the Ackerman Mill at some point anyway. I think we had some over there. Anyway.
Good. Anything else I can help you with?
I think last time we spoke to you, you had mentioned something about a group of dwarves with firearms. Is that?
Oh yeah. They're the Iron Helms, I believe their last name is. Yeah, they're staying here. Talk to one of them actually. They're pretty kind.
Rye, you want to give them a quick chat?
Of course. And also, River, if I let you read this letter I received, could you find out who sent that to you?
Sure. Do you hand the letter to her?
Yeah, I'm handing the letter to her.
Okay. So she reads it, and as you might remember, the letter was signed, right? At the bottom of the letter, it was signed with a name. And it says Magdalena Vasari.
Do I know this person?
You do not.
Okay.
But it is a name that is underneath this letter. And as you hand this to River, her eyes widen, and she says, Well, that suddenly makes a lot more sense. Huh. Leave it up to Eldrick to not say anything about this. Sometimes I wish he would just be forthcoming in what's happening instead of just trying to let us find it out for our own reasons. Yes, I know this name.
Who is this person?
I don't know if you want to know. Are you sure?
I would love to know, please.
Magdalena Fassari was the foremost spy master of Drakkenheim back when Drakkenheim wasn't hit by a meteor. Spy master is an important role in Drakkenheim. It is so much more than just the master of spies. This was the foremost assassin of the city, the foremost intelligence officer. This was the person that knew everything and probably could kill anyone if she so wanted to. It's a very powerful position. Not the kind of person that you want to have as a friend or an enemy. A thankless job, an important one, do you mind, but not the kind of person that you want to meddle with. The fact that she wrote a letter to you personally, I don't know. Is she still alive? If so, is she still interested in you? Why? Does she want to kill you? If she wants to kill you, why? Did someone pay her for that? I would have 1,000 questions. I don't want to scare you, but, you know.
Huh. As you said, I definitely also have 1,000 questions right now.
I'd be very careful. I don't know if the Spy Master survived with everything that happened in Drakkenheim, and I don't know if there's been any sightings of this Spy Master over the last 15 years, but that neither confirms nor denies that she's still around. I'd be very careful.
I will. Thank you, River.
You're welcome. Do you want to talk to those dwarves?
Yes.
Sure. I was talking to one of them like earlier on a couple of days ago. I can see if I can find him.
Thank you.
Can you tell the lady at the front to treat us with a little more respect?
I can try. She's having a hard time with me as well, so I don't think she'll listen, but I'll ask. After that, I'm also going to retire, but once you guys are done, I should be here for another couple of days. If I'm not, I might make a trip up to Ackerman Mill myself, so we'll catch each other there then, or here, whatever you want. Yeah?
All right, sounds like a plan, River.
Sounds good.
All right, bye-bye. She walks inside, and it'll take you a minute or two before you notice that there is a rather handsome gentleman approaching you. He is definitely a lot shorter than Petro and than Briar. He's about your height, Corey, more or less. And he is rather well dressed. Beautiful beard, beautiful mustache. He looks every part the gentleman, really. And he approaches the two of you and stops for a second and just gives both of you a good peek. He says, all right. So, the magic lady said that one of you wanted to talk to me.
That would be me.
Oh, hi. And he extends a hand.
She's gonna extend her hand out and give him a firm shake.
Reginald Ironhelm from the Ironhelm clan. And you are?
By Aurelia.
All right. So what is it you wanted to see me for?
I was interested in procuring any guns that you may hopefully have.
Really? And you know how to use those?
I do.
You do. Okay. Suit yourself, lassie. What kind of guns are we talking about?
Any really? Pistols? Maybe a long-range weapon? What do you have?
We have plenty. Not necessarily over here in the hotel, but we have it back at our camp. You're, by the looks of it, adventurous, are you not?
I am.
Scientists, adventurers,
Well, you're the type of people that are always on the lookout for more work that is rewarding, right?
Of course.
Good. Listen, that meteor that came down on the city is a venerable gold mine. But I dare not go into the city like too close to the meteor. There's a lot of crazy stories, and I'd rather not get my clan and my family mixed up in that. But when the meteor landed, it left a rather big scar in the land. Not just inside the inner city, but also the outside. Multiple small pieces landed there. It is a virtual wasteland filled with these glittering places that are just ripe for the picking. So, me and my family, my 2 sisters and 2 brothers, we decided to start a smithy in the Spokes. We named it the Spokes Smithy. I know, not very creative, but there you have it. We use it as our base of operations to mine whatever we can outside of the meteor. It's a dangerous operation. We get a lot of trouble around the place, and we use the Red Lion Hotel to just take shifts and relax from the haze and everything else we run into before we go back and do our 12-hour shift and rinse and repeat. It's a very profitable business. As you can imagine, there are the occasional casualties, and that is perhaps where you come in. If you could give us an assessment of our defenses, maybe help us out a little bit over there. Perhaps we can strike a deal on the armaments that we have over there. We have quite a few guns that I'm pretty sure we are willing to part with, if you can help us out.
I think that can be arranged.
Well, good. If you are intending to go into the city anytime soon and you wish to visit the smithy, basically go straight at where the meteor landed from entering the city from Emberwood village. Don't go through the walls, that is dangerous territory. Just before the walls, take a straight shot there and you will find us on a cliff. You can't miss it. Look for smokestacks. We are mining the metal that came with the meteor. It has very interesting properties, as well as the crystals. You are sure to find us there. If I'm not currently serving, then you might as well ask for my sister Gertrude. If she isn't there, ask for Mordecai. One of us 3 can help you.
Of course.
Well, what kind of things can you do with the meteor metal?
There is a lot that we are starting to notice that we can do with it. It's a very malleable metal. Doesn't need a lot of extra addition to it. It's almost like an alloy in and of itself. It does seem to retain some of the magical properties of the meteor. We're not exactly sure how far this extent is, but it's very easy to weld, very easy to use, and the weapons that we make with them are precariously strong. I've made a sword that can cut through anything, and I've made a breastplate that, while it's still a little short, seems to hold off quite a bit before giving in. It just seems overall a better quality of just normal iron.
All right. If we were to provide our own iron for a project, would that give us some kind of discount or anything? If we were to work together, maybe collaborate on a project?
And we can talk. We're always in the market.
Interesting. I'll definitely pay you a visit. But regarding, what was it? Regarding the firearms, did you say you had any?
We can work out a deal when you are there. If you're in dire need, I have one pistol that I can sell you right now, but I'd prefer to keep this on me for my personal protection.
What do you think, Brian?
You know, we do still have a piece that we found.
Oh, yeah. Shh. I mean, I meant about the pistol.
Oh, yes.
Which is technically also a piece.
That's a good
Yes.
point. I mean, I think dwarfs and entitled to some protection in Drakkenheim, though. I mean, you wanna head over there and maybe do some business soon?
Let's do that.
I'd like to get eyes on your operation. I'm something of a smith myself to some extent. So maybe I can learn a few. Yeah, maybe I can show you guys a thing or two. And Norbit again crawls out and he just sort of sits on my shoulder. Maybe I can show you guys a thing or two.
You're a feline of many talents, it seems.
Oh yeah, I'm a feline of many talents. Yeah. Sure.
Spot on.
So yeah, we'll be by. That's good to know. Nice to meet your acquaintance there, Reginald.
Well, likewise. I hope to be seeing you at the smithy. If that is all, I would like to return to my shepherd's pie. It's getting cold.
Yeah, go enjoy your pie.
Of course.
Good. Well, don't get killed. Bye now.
Before you go, do you know if there was a regiment of hooded lanterns here before? Do you know if they're still around?
The regiment has recently moved to, I believe, somewhat one of the gates that they're holding. There is still a small detachment here in town, but
Oh, okay. Well,
the majority that was here has moved away.
all right. Well, we'll see if we can talk to them. Maybe in the morning.
All right.
See you later.
And goodbye, kitty cat, madam.
Yes. You want to turn in for the night? I don't know if we're gonna be getting much conversation. See if we can find Petro.
Yeah, I agree with this. I need to think over some things.
I'm really tired.
Let's get some rest.
So as they reconvene with you, Petro, what are you doing? Because they probably took a little longer than you did. So what are you doing right now?
Oh, I think Petro probably went and visited a few different places in town, one of them being Zoya
Yes.
up north.
Well, we can cover that.
Okay. So yeah, after Petro leaves the chapel, he heads north up the road to find Zoya, the druid that had approached him and taught him about the Oath of the Ancients.
All right. As you cross the bridge, you hear a telltale croak coming from just underneath the bridge. Ribbit.
Oh. Oh, is that you, Roger?
Ribbit?
Oh, it's me, Petro. We've met before, actually. Where are you?
Ribbit.
Oh God. Oh, that's great.
Oh, jeez.
That is amazing.
Horrifying.
You look like a Ninja Turtle more than you look like a frog.
Ribbit.
It's a mutated ninja frog.
It cuts off the eyes sometimes, and you're just a big mouth.
Yeah. Oh,
That's just
man.
creepy as hell.
Great.
Right?
Oh God.
Oh, are you doing okay, Roger?
Rabbit?
That's good to hear. I'm sorry that I couldn't take you on the adventure with me, but I wanted to make sure that you were safe, and it's very dangerous out there.
Ribbit.
Oh, I mean, it wasn't that scary, but yeah, I am pretty brave. Thank you.
Ribbit.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna go say hi to Zoya now. Do you need anything? You can water and flies. I don't actually have any flies. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to promise that. But you look like you're getting along just fine. So I'm gonna just leave you here for now. But maybe you can walk around town with me later.
Ribbit.
Okay, great. Yeah, no, I love you too. And then I go over here.
That's cool. How much of a conversation you can have like that, right?
We had a full one-sided conversation. Just so everyone knows, this wasn't like planned or anything. That was just Petro being Petro.
You're an amazing role player. Like that's just.
Oh gosh.
I just have a lot of experience talking to frogs, so
So it seems.
Oh my god.
All right. As you approach the shrine of the old gods, a couple of old tree stumps near the edge of the forest, you will see that there is an old lady currently scuffling in between them, picking some moss off of the trees as she looks up and regards you. Hello, Petro.
Oh, hello. I'm actually surprised to see moss growing here. It's good to see some of the green coming back.
One of the last things that still grows.
Oh, in Drakkenheim, basically nothing grows.
The contamination is bad, Petro, but there is still hope.
Oh, well, it's good to see you again. I'm trying to do as much good as I can, both here and in Drakkenheim, and kind of just everywhere.
I'm glad that there's still someone who's trying to uphold nature.
Oh, and on that note, I noticed that I've tried to plant acorns and I've tried to help trees, and at times I've talked to rats, but they don't really seem. Anyway, I'm a little bit worried about Drakkenheim because it's like nothing grows there, and I think if it's ever going to recover, we probably need to get some stuff growing there. Not necessarily crops, but just like grass and trees, and maybe a flower or two. Do you know anything about how we can make things grow better in Drakkenheim? Because I've tried and I haven't had a lot of luck so far.
Drakkenheim is its own worst enemy when it comes to growing. It seems as if nature's power is being sucked up and consumed by this power that is emanating from this fallen star.
Oh, so the delirium is like preventing everything from growing?
Anything that tries to grow there dies. Delirium prevails. There must be a connection.
Well, that's another reason that delirium's evil. Jeez. Well, that's really sad. Because my friend says that you can use delirium for good. And I said, well, that's not what I was taught. But he's made some pretty compelling arguments. And so I was like, oh, well, maybe. So that's too bad to hear.
I'm not sure if delirium is friend or foe. But right now it is destroying nature, and I do not like that.
I don't either. Anyway, how have you been?
Kind of such a young man to ask an old soul how they are doing. Sparing you part of the story, I've been doing well.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Well, I'm just checking in, I guess, and I'm gonna keep trying to make things grow out there in the world. I just want you to know that there's people, well, like you said, there's people that are fighting for nature too.
I'm glad, Petro.
Oh, did you see that
ways
white
of
cat
the-
that just ran by? That was cute.
I'm
You see-
sorry.
No, it's fine. Don't worry.
No, it just needs to be part of the story. That's all.
It's just so
I-
fitting. We're talking to a druid lady. It's just so fitting.
Yeah, I found a Swiss Army knife thing. I've been screwing around with it, and I missed the cat. Ah,
You missed the cat.
Oh,
You missed the cat.
missed.
You got a good reason to watch the VOD.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I smell a short. Anyway,
You see, the amount of things that have been happening and the way that Drakkenheim seems to be dying and taking the world around it with him. It's hard to see that from the sideline. I'm glad to see that there's young people like you who understand that the power of the new gods, of the sacred flame, is but one of the many manifestations of the gods of old. It is between old and new where you find the true power to do good. Why, proud of you, Petro, that is the area that you seek out.
Oh, well, thanks. So what you're saying is that there's no difference between what the Sacred Flame believes and what people believed a long, long time ago. Well, maybe just a different manifestation of it.
It is different, but they are linked.
Huh. Well, what I've always been teaching people, and what a really important mentor of mine taught me, is that people have a lot of beliefs, but you can always trust your heart to know what's right.
You've had a wise mentor.
Oh, I'm glad you agree with that. Because if you didn't agree with that, I'd be a little worried. Well, it's really good to see you. I hope that I hope that Drakkenheim eventually is able to come back. But hopefully together we can change the tide.
I hope so too. If you learn anything new about the progression of delirium, I'd be interested to know. I don't have much means to study it, and well, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't have to. Maybe I'm not made to study the delirium, but I am curious to see what it does to the nature there. Once you learn more, let me know, will you?
Well, my friend actually runs experiments on delirium. Maybe he can help me run experiments to find out why nature's dying.
I think that would help. Understanding one's issues helps in solving them and overcoming them.
Well, I don't know much about it myself, but okay, we can look into it. I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Also, if make sure that Roger's okay if you can, please.
She gives you like a bit of a puzzled look, like who? And then like you probably do you like point down the river or something.
The frog right over there. He kind of speaks like this.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I will take care of him.
Oh,
I've been doing so for a long time.
That's a big relief, to be honest.
My headcanon, he just says, make sure Roger's okay, and then just turn his leaves.
Yeah, just no extra explanation, just like that.
Anyway, sorry.
Oh, I should also say, I found something really cool. You might actually appreciate it. And Petro pulls the griffin feather out of his pack.
Griffin feather.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
are rare indeed. There's
The
no
Silver
griffins
Order.
around here.
The Silver Order has a whole bunch. And there's people, these like big pilot guys that get to ride them. It's very cool.
I hope the griffins are being taken care of well enough. They're majestic creatures. They deserve respect.
Oh, they really are. And I think that when they receive respect, they give it back. Also, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but it seemed like a kind of thing that you would like. So, here. And he hands it to her.
I appreciate that, Petro. Thank you. I will keep it with me.
It's a reminder that even if things look dark, there will be life and all that good stuff.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for warming an old lady's heart.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, I got to get back to my friends now, but yeah, it's. I hope that you and Roger have some good conversations.
I will try. And I will keep you in my prayers, Petro. Be safe out there.
Likewise. Okay, Roger. She's gonna take care of you. So just be good, okay?
Rah.
Well, I mean, I don't think that she has pizza, but she certainly can find you some flies.
Ribbit.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Ribbit.
Love you too.
This should be like a thing for every episode. I'm enjoying that.
Yes.
It's too good. I think Corey's like dragging his bag on the ground behind him as he's ready to turn in for the night.
Oh yeah, my stomach still kind of hurts. The chapel couldn't help with that, but maybe we'll find like a high flame keeper at some point, and they can help. Good thing is though, is that I hopefully won't get possessed again, because I learned something from the sacred flame that makes it so I won't get possessed. Oh, and it might be able to help you guys too.
So, I mean, those people at the barn, they have something to do with this. They might be able to. They aren't they part of, like, not necessarily your faith, but something like it.
People at the barn? The what?
Yeah, the crazy cultists that we're not supposed to talk to.
Oh no, they're not part of the Silver Order anymore.
Yeah, but they might know how to, do that thing that you need. I don't know. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't know how any of that crap works.
They scare me a little bit.
Honestly,
I'm with you
this
there.
is coming from me. They scare me a little bit too.
Although that guy at the inn was nice.
Yeah, they seem like they're really easy marks, but they also seem like who would want to take? I mean, it's basically like a goat. What would you steal from a goat? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Oh shoot! Sorry.
Oh, that's a
Sorry,
strange
that's
ringing
my
voice.
that's my Norbit's telling me it's sundown.
Oh,
Your alarm normally sounds different than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally it's my
Wasn't
own
it like
voice.
something like attention? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we should probably let's talk about this in the morning. I can't focus.
I like that idea.
All right. I imagine you guys are going to go to your home that you have in Emberwood Village.
yep.
All right. As you enter your home, it seems pretty undisturbed. At a first glance, it doesn't seem like anyone was here, and it is still in the state that you left it in. Ergo, you can rest your head over here in the safety and comfort of Emberwood Village. You locked your door. You should be more than fine for a long rest over here. And I think that is a good moment to also call it for today's session.
Oh boy.
Ah,
Well, you got your work cut out for the next one. That sounds like
Yeah.
about 3 quests that you guys can follow up on.
We have quests that we haven't even finished.
Even
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Oh gosh.
You got your buckle down row. You got a manor to visit. You have a smithy to visit.
We had the hooded lanterns to visit.
And you got the hooded lanterns to visit.
And
Yeah,
River
so 4
wants to
things.
meet us over at the Eckerman Mill.
Yep.
And we got to get Petro contaminated.
Yeah, contaminated.
yeah.
So you
Also-
got 5 to 6 things.
We have that curse that makes us weak, so you gotta
Yeah.
figure out if long rest fixes that or not.
That's a good point.
I need to get my legs for my cannons.
The legs.
Oh, God. Well, I think just closing notes. Check out our shorts on YouTube. Like, comment, thumbs up, all that stuff. And if you like,
We really
listening-
love them. You do too. Trust me.
If you don't like looking at our faces, we also have podcasts. You can check that out. It's audio only on pretty much every podcast platform. We got links in the description for the YouTube videos and other places. So you guys are awesome.
And tell all your friends too.
Yeah, do that.
Absolutely.
Give them a D20. Spread the love.
If we can convince our parents to watch our show, which we can, you can convince your friends. Tell them to watch us.
My mom actually does watch, and she doesn't know what's going on, but she likes it.
Aww,
Aww.
that's cute.
She liked the
My
Black
mom watches
Ivory
you.
Inn. All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for being here. And we'll see you in the next episode.